All right, man. We're here for another BS sessions, man. It's Thursday, man. What else are you doing? Fucking sitting there watching fucking Law and Order? I don't fucking. This is way better
Hockey
than
playoffs, man. Hockey
Yeah.
hockey
playoffs.
playoffs.
Come on.
Yeah. Well, my team's out, so I don't give a shit right now. Again, I
Yeah,
hope the Rangers lose, Crisalio.
my team never made it in, so
Boston. What team is yours?
Penguins.
Oh, Pittsburgh. All right. So what's up, Jerry, man?
Nothing, man. What's going on, dude?
Nothing, man. You know your job. What
I
do you
know
do?
my job. The man, introduce our guest, man. How you guys doing? Before we get to the topic of the show, let's introduce our guest. Joseph Staub in the Pantera shirt tonight, man. What's up, dude?
I figured since my list is a little light in the loafers, I might as well wear the heaviest shirt I can find.
Light in the loafers. Haven't heard that one in a while. Light in the loafers. Is it light in the sneakers? That's the same thing, right? I think it's
Yeah.
the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, our other guest is Hal Horta, man, from the Be Cooler Be podcast out, Black Spinner Circle podcast, blah 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 blah, et cetera podcast. Hal, man, how you doing, dude?
Oh, I'm doing well, man. How you guys doing? Glad to be on as usual.
Jerry,
Hang on,
I see your medicated state has continued.
Oh yeah, I feel good tonight. Yeah.
Cheers, brother.
Yeah, right. Woo.
Oh shit, man. I don't have a drink, man.
I have my giant jug of water.
I'm officially on vacation, man, for a week, so I'm fucking.
Oh, cool, man.
Yeah, man. He won't be here next week. I think it's just me, Edwin, Eric, and Travis for that episode. Joseph doesn't know anything about coming of age movies. Spoiler, that's what we're doing next.
I don't know any. This is not really my genre. So.
Joseph hasn't came of age yet. He's still young, man.
25.
I'm just kidding.
I'm an old man. I'm an old man these. I'm an old man these days, you know.
Yeah.
I started to sing Damn Yankees there.
Yeah, hey, I'm the one who saw that song live most recently.
How was it? Good, right?
Great.
Yeah.
Always. They're always great.
Yeah. All right, man. So what are we doing, Jerry? And say who's the pick it was and shit, you know.
We're doing Andy Rodriguez's pick for he can't make it tonight, of course, because he's got some pretty shitty storms coming his way and his power's out. But we're doing our favorite duets. This is actually harder than I thought, man, because there's a lot of duets that I like, but I don't think I ever put Almost Paradise by I like that song, but it's one of my favorites, So anyway, this is kind of hard for me to do. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying, but how did you guys? Was it easy for you guys? Hard? What?
It was hard because there was things like there were songs that popped in my head, and I'm like, no, I can't really count that because there's like the first song that popped into my head, and if it makes any of your list, that's fine, but I don't really consider a duet is "Take Me Home Tonight" by Eddie Money. Because it's not really a duet. It's just Ronnie Spector comes in with those little parts at the end of every chorus. But like people put that on lists of duets, and which I mean, it's one of my favorite. I love that song, but I didn't really count that as a duet.
I think most of mine are duets. I think.
Yeah, and the one that really tripped me up was like I didn't want to include duets sung by multiple singers from the same band.
Yeah, exactly. So, I could have picked a lot of Night Ranger.
I could have picked
songs.
a lot of not even Night Ranger, but like what was I thinking of?
Triumph.
Whoops.
No,
well, I didn't do that. I got a lot from the same band.
Cheater.
There was now I can't think of it. There was a particular song that would have been really like. I know this is like making an album, so it wasn't like ranking a list or anything, but I can't remember what song it was that it was two vocalists from the same band. I mean, of course, like a bunch of Fleetwood Mac songs. Kiss songs, basically any band with multiple vocalists in it. Blue Oyster Cult.
All 11 of mine are from the same band. Holy shit! I didn't catch that. I didn't get that memo.
Well, no, that's just what I did.
Same band. It's duets. It doesn't say from the same band. No, okay. He's just fucking with us right now.
No, they're all from the same band. I'm telling you.
Oh shit!
Would you pick 11 Chicago songs?
Pretty much so. Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's gonna piss me off that I can't remember what band I was thinking about when I specifically remembered. Okay, I don't want to put this in, but it would have been like my number one song, and I can't remember what it was.
Well, like Kiss?
No, it wasn't Kiss. Jerry will probably talk about it at some point in this list.
The guy that fucking created the show is not here, so there's no fucking rules. All right.
That's true. This is a lawless frontier we got going on here.
God dang, his mind is trippy. he numbered these songs on his list, and it's like it goes from 11 to 8 to 4 to 2. And then he put his honorable mentions like with no numbers. What the fuck is this shit? I'm like
A
sitting here
lawless
trying to
frontier.
fucking trying to figure out what the fuck Andy's
Need like
doing
the
here.
need like the fucking Rosetta Stone to figure it out.
Yeah.
Huh?
God dang, it's like a fucking math
Well,
problem here.
we're building an album, right? So I like put it in order. Of
Yeah,
like side one and
I'm doing this
everything.
first. So are you doing 5? Because I got to figure out how Andy's is.
I did 6 on side 1, 5 on side 2.
Okay, so I'll do 6 on side 1, and it'd be easier for Jerry
I'll do
to
the
follow.
same.
I'll do the same.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. So that's what you get, Andy, since you weren't here. I know you probably wanted 6 on side 2. But let's get to the BS, man. Let's start with the news of today, man. What happened 14 years ago today?
Gee, holding the Dio album out, so it must have been the day that he died.
Yep.
Day that he died, man. So I just want to go around and give your thoughts on Dio, how he affected you, and how if you like his music or not. I know all you do, but I'm just saying if. But so Jerry, man.
He fucking sucks, dude. What are you talking? What the fuck do you think, man? He's one of the best, man. He is probably the best metal singer of all time, man. That's you can say it's debatable, but I think he is the best fucking metal singer of all time, dude. So he's fucking greatly missed, man. Till this day, man. It just sucks. I love the guy, man. Everything he did, Rainbow, fucking all that shit, solo stuff, Sabbath. I mean, he was never in a bad band, dude. He made bands better, actually, in my opinion. So that's how I think about Ronnie. That's what I think when I think of Ronnie Dio. I miss the guy, dude. I love him. One of my favorite singers.
Yeah, I'm gonna let Al go last on this because he has a picture with the dude, so he needs to go last on this one. I'm just gonna go, man. Dio's my favorite Sabbath. I've said this forever. Those 2 albums, I got into Sabbath with him because I got into Holy Diver and I went back and said, "What else has this guy done?" Then I saw Rainbow and Elf, and it's like so much stuff. This guy was out fucking putting out 45s with fucking Beatles haircuts at one time, man. He's been around forever. You just don't. He wasn't just metal.
He predated the Beatles, man.
He predated the
He did.
Beatles, yeah. It's like, goddamn, this guy doesn't get any love, and it just pisses me off. He's not we said this on another show that I didn't pick him because I knew you guys would. But fucking Dio, man, what a great fucking singer, what a master fucking singer and lyricist, man. I don't think he ever got lazy. I think he got a little too like technical later in his career. On some of those albums, it's kind of you doing concept albums now, the whole thing. I go, okay. Some of them are good, some of them are kind of cringeworthy. But what do you think about it, Joseph?
I mean, like I said, he was my number 1 on my list last week of artists that definitely should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And like I said last week, that run of albums from Rainbow Rising through Last in Line, those 6 albums are 6 of the best albums ever released by any artist. And he did it with 3 different bands. And just the versatility that he showed with those 2 Rainbow albums and then the 2 Sabbath albums and then those first 2 Dio albums. One of the greatest voices in the history of music, just beyond rock or metal, in the history of music. One of the greatest lyricists. And from every story I've ever heard from anyone, just a really great dude.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah, I never heard a bad word said about him for his people around him. So
there's Vivian Campbell might
Vivian
have something to
Campbell.
say.
well, yeah, Vivian Campbell.
That's more about Vivian Campbell than it is about Ronnie James
He
Dio,
joined
I
Def
think.
Leppard. I mean, he joined Def Leppard, so
So Al,
Oh, I can attest to him being one of the great guys because I met him in person, and he engaged with me, and we talked for like a good 10, 15 minutes, probably a good 10 minutes. I kind of split my time up between him and Iommi because I really wanted to talk to Iommi as well. I had about half hour meeting them guys. So I knew a guy in radio, and they were doing when they came out with the Rules and Hell box set, which I think I have. Here, let me grab it real quick. It was the Dio era Sabbath albums.
Yeah. And that was the first time they released the Hammersmith CD, right?
No, it's not. That's not on here.
Oh, is it not?
No, but this is
Oh, I got
the
it all
rules of hell.
signed.
Yeah, signed by all four of them. And then you open it up, and it's got all the Dio era Sabbath albums. It's got Heaven and Hell, Mob Rules, Dehumanizer, and Live Evil. The four.
That's a great box set with the freaking cases. It's
Yeah.
like-
So, I have this signed, and I have the DVD of Live at Radio City Music Hall as well. He signed both of them. I kind of wish I would have bought like a Dio album and things, but you know what? I just kind of kept it Sabbath because I was meeting Sabbath, so I didn't want to bring like 50 fucking things for him to sign. I just want to, keep it cool, and I wanted to talk to them and get hang out with them
Yeah.
because I had that privilege. They were doing a signing at this record store by my house, and normally signings people line up outside the building, around the building, and they shuffle you through. They're sitting at a table. You get your shit signed. You say 2 words to them, how much, I love you, whatever the fuck, and you're out. But I had a special privilege. I knew a guy in radio, is a friend of mine to this day. He went by the name of Scott Evil. His name is Scott Lynch. So I'm still friends with him to this day. And he got me into the back room where they were hanging out before the signing. So I was able to get in there. It was only me and like maybe 5 other people, 6 other people. And we were in the back room of a record store just hanging out. We're just mingling amongst each other, and I talked to Ronnie and here's the funny thing is like when I went to hand him for him to sign, and I had the Sharpie on me, and he took the Sharpie from me, and then he opened it up, and as he was going to sign it, he grazed my hand with like the Sharpie, right? And he's like, get your hand out of my way, like, and then he snickered, like he was saying it like in a playful way,
Mhm.
kind of like at first I was like, oh shit, he's pissed, but then he wasn't. He was laughing, and I thought that was funny. It kind of broke the ice, and he made me feel comfortable. Like, here I am, I'm meeting fucking one of the greatest, singers of all time, dude, and he just like engaged with me. He just like, I was like, well, it's a real pleasure, to meet you, and I've always wanted to meet you, and he's like, he turned to me, and he was like, no, well, he said, no, I mean, it's a pleasure meeting you, like the fans, because you made me what I am. So, it's really all about you, you put me where I'm at, and I thought that was like really cool of him to say. He was very humble, very cool, very funny. And we talked about like sports and stuff, and he loves baseball and stuff. So, I didn't want to like gush over music with him and shit like that because everybody does that. So I wanted to just kind of like talk about other things with him, man. And he was just engaging me a good 10 minutes, man. And I thought
You
that was
weren't
like
Chris Farley. Remember when you made Holy Diver? That was
yeah,
cool.
in the back of my mind, I'm like freaking out, man, because
I
I'm
know.
like, dude. I mean, I think I freaked out more with like Iommi, like meeting him face to face, because guy is like the architect. I mean, he's the heavy metal. If there's a guy on the top of the mountain, he's the one, man. You know what I mean? So like, but I played it cool with him too. I didn't gush over him. I don't know how the hell I did it, man, but I just didn't like go gaga and shit. I just played it cool and got good pictures with them. I wish, the one thing I regret is getting a good one-on-one picture with Geezer, because I didn't get I don't know, for some reason it kind of slipped my mind, and he kind of went, and then we got like a group picture with him. So he's in like a group picture that I'm in as well. But I didn't get a one-on-one with him. But Vinny was cool. Vinny's always cool. He's down to earth guy and stuff like that. So I mean, meeting Ronnie was a highlight of my life, man. I mean, that's, if I'm going to rank pictures, he's in the top 5, pictures of guys that I've probably met. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So I can't believe it's 14 years ago today that he's gone, man. It's. I remember it was the day after my daughter's birthday. Because my daughter's birthday was yesterday. So I remember, and this was in 2010. So my daughter was only like 2 years old when he passed. So. And yes, what a loss. I still miss him, He left behind a lot of great music though, so I mean that speaks for itself. So
It just pisses me off that they were already talking about making Heaven and Hell the second album.
Yeah.
And I was like, God damn, I wanted to hear that. That album was just so fucking good.
Hey, if that
You know,
album
he-
happened, 13 might never have happened, and the world would be a better place.
Yeah, there you go.
The whole thing with him is he didn't get to a doctor in time, man. I mean, he didn't do, he didn't get screened and stuff. I guess he didn't like going to doctors, and it just, it sucks, man. Because if he would have went early, man, he could have probably got detected early. He probably could have still been with us. He's my dad's age, man. My dad's gonna be 82. He would have been my dad's age. I mean, he was born a month after my dad, so like it's pretty weird thinking about that. Like I can't envision my dad on a stage going like, holy diver and all. It's pretty
Isn't
funny.
it weird that you see artists that are like you're like my mother-in-law's age, like Sammy Hagar thinks about her age, and I go, she doesn't like that stuff. And I go, it's just weird. It's like,
Yeah.
why don't they like that stuff? Why
What
don't
is he
she
like
doesn't like
76 or
Aerosmith?
something? I
Yeah,
think Sam was like 76, right?
yeah, well, she's like 80 something, and she doesn't like that stuff. But she
Yeah.
doesn't like the stuff that she likes.
Well,
the
that's-
Carpenters and
Well,
stuff like that.
that's because she didn't grow up
Grew up in a
listening to that. She
different
grew
era.
up on the same stuff that he was listening to when he was growing up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So it's a different kind of generation.
I know
Yeah.
it's just weird to me. But fuck, and then we get to Steve Perry just signed a new record deal, and former Journey singer considers return to touring. Jerry,
Wow, am I going to have to, remove my foot from my mouth? Because there was an episode a couple of weeks ago. We said singers that are shot now. And I think I mentioned Steve Perry being one of them.
and you're gonna go.
I mean, good, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I guess he thinks
His last album wasn't bad.
I like
it
that
was,
last album.
it was god awful. But
No, you think
anyway,
so?
yeah,
I
didn't
thought I
think
liked
was
it, man.
Yeah,
I
no,
love
his
Noah
voice was
Racing.
good.
That's a
I like
great
the
song. I like the album
Christmas
too.
album he put out too.
Yeah.
I got the
Christmas
Target
album,
version with the
yes.
extra
I did like the
songs.
Christmas album. But Journey's one of my favorite bands, so I'm, in a way, I'm kind of excited about it. I mean, obviously, he still thinks he can sing, so I'm anxious to hear it, and I'll give it a good listen. I love Steve Perry, so I'm happy that he's coming back. The fucking rock world needs him back. You know what I mean? He's such a great singer, man. He's one of the best too. Speaking of one of the best, we say Dio's the best metal singer. Steve Perry's definitely
Perry, man.
one of the best ever as well. I mean, so I'm excited, man. I still hold out. I still hold out that he'll come on stage and do a few songs with Neil, but I don't know if that's ever going to happen. I hope it does.
He didn't
So,
do it at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He ain't gonna do it now.
Yeah, I don't know, but still, I still hold out hope. But,
Because he respects Arnell so much, he ain't gonna take his gig. He's a good guy.
So you think if Arnell were to leave and Steve Perry wanted to come
Arnell
back,
said he would leave millions of times if Steve came back
he
to the
did.
band.
Yeah,
He did.
So,
I don't think Steve would put him in that position though. I think it would be if for some reason, which you never know with how Jonathan Cain does things, but if for some reason it was ever a time where he was out of the band, I think Steve would be an option.
I just don't think I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm hoping it's going to be good music, and I hope his voice is still good. So yeah, I'm kind of excited about it, man. So yeah, good.
what
Good
about
for
you,
him.
Joseph?
I'm kind of torn on it because, like I said, I liked his last album, and he sounds good for what he is. But if he goes out touring and does those songs, I think he's the kind of vocalist. And we're sitting here talking about he's one of the greatest vocalists of all time. He's the kind of vocalist that's kind of held to that higher standard. That if he's going to go out on stage and not sound like Steve Perry and sing those Journey songs when there's stuff like this floating around the market that is just.
Oh, you got the DVD? I got the CD.
I have the vinyl of that.
I have the CD of that. Yeah, I have that. That's what I have. I want that fucking DVD.
I found this at a record store. But when there's stuff like this floating around that shows how amazingly great his voice was live back in the day, and if he goes out on stage and doesn't sound like that, he's just one of those singers that's just held to such a higher standard that I'm worried that if he can't go out on stage and sound like Steve Perry, that it's not really I don't want to see him get backlash because I think he's a good guy, and has a great voice, but I don't want him to turn into like the Vince Neil memes.
I don't think it'll be that bad.
Oh no,
I
I don't think
mean-
it'll be that bad. But I mean,
Oh,
you know how
God.
people are online with like absolutely just decimating people when they
Yeah.
can't do it on stage anymore.
That's true. Good point.
Well, Al,
But
what do you think-
I'm hoping for the best, man. I really am. So
what do you think about what Steve did?
I'm with Joseph. I'm torn by it because I did see him on the Raised on Radio tour, and that was like, God, man, he was fucking incredible, dude. Like, I mean, the man took vocals to like a new heights, man. Like, you know, and he doesn't strike me as the kind of guy that would, if he, I don't know, man, if he couldn't really do it, man, would he really go out? But I don't know why he waited this long now. You know, maybe he just wasn't ready or something. But maybe he's been working on himself and preparing. And I don't know. He just doesn't seem like the kind of guy that would put himself in a position to get like crucified. You know, like
yeah,
for people to, you know, I mean, if he couldn't do it, he just seems like the type of guy that just would stay away and not do it. For me, him to go out, I don't think he's going to embarrass himself. So you know, maybe he's gonna try. Maybe he's gonna stay away from a few Journey songs that, you know, he's gonna carefully pick the set list. Let's just
Don't
put it
do-
that
But
way.
can he carefully not pick Open Arms? That's a pretty.
I know, dude. I know. I got to see this to believe it. You know.
Here's
but,
my thing, though: the kind of people that are seeing Steve Perry live in 2024 would be more than happy to hear him pull out some deep Journey cuts that he could maybe
Oh,
get away
fuck.
with vocally.
Fuck yeah.
Like
yeah.
doing something like a little less demanding if he gets a good like second vocalist, do something like Just the Same Way or
Oh, dude.
or
Yeah.
Feeling That Way, that he
Yeah.
can like
God, I'd love to
he's
hear
not
that stuff.
he's not singing the whole song and stuff that's not as vocally demanding as something like Open Arms
Mother,
or
Father.
or Mother, basically anything on this.
All I gotta say is, how crazy would it be? Like, let's just say, hypothetically, if he got like Greg,
don't say it. Don't say
if
it.
you got
Al.
like Greg
Don't get my
Raleigh-
hopes up.
I was thinking that same
Don't get
thing,
my
man. It
hopes
was.
up.
I swear,
Yeah.
it was right in my
dude, if
head.
you got
there
like
is a
Greg
world
Raleigh,
where
like
I
fucking,
can see Steve Perry and Greg Raleigh performing together.
That'd be awesome.
imagine if you got like Greg Raleigh and then like Ainsley Dunbar or Steve Smith, and
Steve Smith and Ross Valerie. They're not in Journey anymore.
I know
Yeah.
he would have more Journey than Journey themselves.
Get basically the departure lineup of Journey minus Neil Sean.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, but that's Neil Sean rules though.
yeah, but he's the only
I
one.
know, but-
He's the only one that probably wouldn't play ball with it because of his wife Jonathan Kane.
His wife. Well, you know he hates Jonathan.
I'm gonna
I
say
know.
those two do not like.
Oh,
each
I
other.
know.
That's why I
They're,
call him his
they're
wife.
they're an old married couple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Al, any thoughts on this?
No, I'm just saying. Dude, I hope he does it, and he goes, and it sounds great. I'll be there to go see him, man. I'd love to see him again. You know.
You gotta go with kind of. You can't really go with high expectations right off the bat, man.
Yeah, I know, man. I know.
Dude.
Well, just to see him fucking perform or see him play live would be awesome for me because I've never seen Journey with Steve Perry, so I would love to see Steve Perry live do some Journey songs. So
Yeah.
I think as a fan of Journey, we're also spoiled because Arnell does have such a great
Oh
voice.
yeah, he does.
And
I've seen him
really does
twice.
those songs justice. And
dude,
then,
Dean Castronovo, man, that guy
Dean
can
Castronovo.
sing better than
Mother
Steve
and
Perry.
father. Goddamn.
I saw them with Steve O'Jerry as well. So I saw
I
that
did
too.
too with the
Yeah.
Styx REO Speedwagon tour. Was
Yeah.
2001 too? Around
yeah,
there?
I saw that tour.
I saw that tour. It was amazing.
Yeah.
but yeah,
it was a great
when you
show.
still have stuff like this coming out that's still doing
Oh
justice
yeah, I
to
got
those
that right over
songs,
there.
I think we're so spoiled as a fan base that we would have those kind of expectations, and that's the problem is that with someone who has not toured in quite literally decades.
Yeah.
He did come out with the Eels and do something with him. He sounded pretty good with them during a Journey song.
But I mean, that's not a tour.
Yeah. it's a
I
long
know
walk.
his voice will get fucked up,
Yeah.
Oh man, I love Steve Perry. I want him.
He's
to
not
do what he
gonna
wants
he's
to
not gonna
do.
tour relentlessly like Journey does, though. He'll,
No.
He'll do like some theater dates or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love him. I don't want him to embarrass himself. I did like that last album, Cherry. So I got the Target version with the extra tracks. And
Hey man, speaking of the devil, did you get those David Gilmour tickets, dude?
no, I'm not getting the game.
Oh, come on, man, let's go fly
Yeah,
out
dude,
there
I'm
and fucking
going
go
through a
with you, dude.
divorce right now. I have
He's
no
only
fucking
he's
money.
only playing in New York and California, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dude, I'm almost,
Are you gonna
I'm
send
almost,
me? Are you gonna PayPal me the money, pal? I'll go for you then.
I'm almost
I think
contemplating.
they're both long sold out.
I'm almost contemplating taking a trip up to New Jersey just to go see him.
You know you're
Yeah.
gonna do it, Al. Come on.
Give me a good excuse to see some friends and shit.
All
What is
right,
what
man.
is what are the dates anyway? Is it next year?
I didn't look
No, I
at
think
it.
I
Is
think
it
it's like in
this year?
September or October. I think.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. All right.
Yeah,
I think I'm not. Don't quote me on that, but I think
I'll
it
be
is.
trying to move into a new place at that time. Fuck. But shit, let's get to some sports really quick here. Because me and Jerry are 49ers fans, and we kind of wanted to see Brendan Rice get drafted by our Niners, but it didn't happen. He got drafted by the Chargers, and Jerry Rice is pissed. He says you need to prove everybody wrong who passed you up. What do you think about that, Jerry?
Of course, it's his kid. He's gonna say that. I mean, there's obviously a reason why. Well, he was 7th round or 6th. He was drafted by
He
San
was in the
Diego.
last round, man.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be a reason why all those teams passed on him. So, I mean, I wish him the best, man. Some of these people, I mean, some of the greatest players ever actually weren't even drafted. So, I mean, I hope it works out for him. I mean, Jerry Rice's exercise resume was at the time when he was
The
playing
hill.
was just like the hill. Yeah, it was just. I mean, if he can stay in shape like his old man and just learn the game and learn to run routes like him, then he's going to be okay. I mean, will he be as good as his father? Time will tell. So. Look, I mean, he's in the league, man. Once you're in the league,
I'll be right
prove
back,
it.
man.
All right.
I gotta run out real quick.
Okay.
I mean, so good for him, man. I mean, I know Jerry's pissed, but he's on a fucking professional team, so be happy with it, man.
But you know what I found out today? You know how the Niners moved up to get Jerry Rice?
They traded with Dallas.
Yeah, but you know who was going to draft him if the Niners didn't trade up?
Dallas.
No, the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh,
And that's why
Well, I
I
can
brought it
imagine
up
that,
for
huh?
Joseph so he could talk about this.
imagine that.
I will be changing the topic a little bit because I have a bone to pick with whoever scheduled the NFL schedule this year. Did any of you guys see the Steelers schedule this year?
No, I didn't.
They don't play a division game until week 11.
Ooh,
Oh, really?
Shit.
All 6 of our division games are in the last 8 weeks of the season.
Oh, that's gonna be fucking hard.
I wonder. Is
our
that with
last-
all? Is that with the whole division though?
I don't think so.
I was gonna say that'd be pretty cool. I wish they'd do it that way.
Our last 8 games are 2 games against Baltimore, 2 games against Cincinnati, 2 games against
Wow.
Cleveland, the Chiefs, and the Eagles.
Jeez.
So we're out of the playoffs. Thank you for coming.
Hey, you got
Yeah.
Russell Wilson. I think he'll be better with you guys.
Okay. Do you think he's going to beat
He-
the Ravens twice, the Bengals
Yes.
twice, the
I think he
Browns
can.
twice, the
If he
Chiefs,
has a coach
and
that
the
lets,
Eagles in 8 weeks?
if he
No,
has
no,
a
no.
coach that gives him leeway, he could do what the fuck he wants.
Well, that's the
He
problem.
fucked
Is our
up my
coach gives
team so
people-
many times. I know that guy has it in him.
That's
He
the
even
problem
beat
is
us
our-
with fucking
our-
shitty Denver. He
our-
beat
our-
us with shitty
our-
Denver.
Our coach gives people too much leeway. That's how you get Antonio Brown. But I'm not holding that much hope. We play a bunch of shit teams the first half of the season. We play like the other half of the NFC East. But when our last 8 games are all 6 of our division games, the Chiefs and the Eagles.
I think
Wow.
the
Somebody
Niners
really
are
hated the Steelers this year.
I think the Niners are pretty split up with the division games. It's not.
Yeah,
that.
they are.
Yeah.
I think somebody
play-
said it's
they-
one of based on like winning percentage last year. That 8-game stretch is one of the hardest stretches in the history of the NFL.
Yeah.
If somebody can tell me why the New York Jets have 6 primetime games,
Aaron Rodgers.
and actually 7 if you think about it with the London games, that's 7 national spotlight games the Jets have. this
Aaron
year.
Rodgers.
40-year-old coming off an ACL tear. Just
Oh
give him
no, he's
7
gonna
primetime
get hurt again, and they're gonna regret it because they do it every year. Why do you think Denver had all those primetime games the first year Russell Wilson went there and he sucked ass?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it
Denver
wasn't
had
his
like
fault.
8.
I think
Denver. I know, but I'm saying they gave Denver like 6 primetime games that year.
Yeah.
I think Russell Wilson is going to flourish with the Steelers and going to be really
That's
happy.
if he even starts.
I think he will start seriously because I think The dude has a will to win.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
He
I'm
does.
Just between between having literally, we don't have a single quarterback that was on our team last year. Not one. Our entire quarterback room is different from what it was last year.
Yeah, that might be a good thing though.
It might be, but that's a big stretch. And then with our schedule now, we have a lot of we have very few like veterans on our team that have been on our team. We have some veterans that are coming to the team, but very few veterans that have been on. We traded away Deontay Johnson. We traded away a lot of players. We'll see.
Yeah,
I'm not too optimistic about it.
Yeah, something cool about the 49ers is they're according to the first opening Vegas odds, they're favored to win all 17 of their games this year.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, we can't go by that shit, dude.
No, I'm duh. I mean, we're gonna go 17-0. Yeah,
I still think you guys are gonna have a great season.
Yeah.
I could never say we're gonna have a great season because I don't want to be one of those guys. It's like Cowboys fans. I like to sit there and go, "Yeah, Cowboys Super Bowl."
I've
And I just
already seen Cowboys fans unironically saying that they're going 17-0 this year.
Well, I posted it in a thing. There was a meme saying Cowboys already eliminated from the 2024-2025 playoffs. That was funny.
Hey, our Cowboy fans probably still listening.
Nate,
Al's a big Cowboy fan.
oh Al, hey Al, you're not here to defend your Cowboys, man. Like I got more shit to go on, but shit, we talked about that. Well, let's talk about a movie, man. The first kill in Jaws, Susan Backlinie, or can't say her name, man. First victim in Jaws film, dead at 77. Jerry.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, one of the most iconic scenes in movie history, right there. I mean, I don't know what else she did besides that, so I don't really know. Can talk too much about her career, but at least she's known for one of the most iconic scenes in movie history. So, rest in peace.
Yeah.
All right. What about you, Joseph?
I mean, yeah, Jaws is one of my all-time favorite movies. So that opening scene of Jaws is, like Jerry said, absolutely iconic. And yeah, rest in peace.
All right. What about I don't know if you heard what we were talking about. We talked shit about your Cowboys, Al, so at least you know.
Yeah, what else is new?
Well, because it was a meme saying they already been eliminated for next year. So
Yeah, they're out of the playoffs and the season didn't even start yet.
and we're also talking about Aaron Rodgers. How the fuck did Jets get 6 primetime games?
Oh, I don't know, man.
How the fuck did that happen? And
I mean, that's like I said, 7 if you include the London game. That's 7 national spotlight teams they got games this year. They have. Yep.
And then Jerry Rice's son got drafted in the 7th round, and his Brandon Rice. I saw him play for USC because they're on here, and I put it on sometimes. He looked really good, but his draft slide, he said, "Prove those teams wrong." So that's what Jerry Rice told his son.
If you're thinking about the 49ers, I mean, why would they draft him when you have Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel? It makes no sense when they have other needs,
Yeah.
So, hey, they have Tara Owens' son, so that means something, right?
Well, they got that other Purcell.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, they didn't really need him, so it wasn't a need. So after they drafted Purcell, and I think they drafted another receiver in the 5th round for some strange reason, but yeah, it just wasn't a need. So I think Jerry Rice knows that.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not pissed off at the Niners. He'll be there every game with his little fucking medallion, But we also talked about Susan Backlinie, first victim in Jaws film, dead at 77 now.
Yeah, you guys were just talking about that opening scene. That sets up the movie like perfectly, man. Like just seeing that happen to her. I remember being a kid and seeing that, man. I love Jaws, man. I love that movie, man. So yeah, that scene, man. Yeah, there you go. Look at that, man.
I'm learning, Joseph.
I can't reach all the way up there, but
Keep going, Al. I'm sorry. I just had.
I might have the laser disc to it.
I had mine got stolen.
Laser discs were cool when they first came.
They
out.
were,
dude. When I got I got my laserdisc player when a friend of mine from high school. He was always like kind of a step ahead in like technology. Like he loved like anything like video games, things like when they're coming out or stuff like that. And he got a laserdisc player, dude. And I remember going over there, man, and seeing. I'm trying to remember the first movie I saw. It was like probably like 1990 or something like that, when the year we graduated high school. And he had back then it was just the kind of like, it wasn't like the 5.1, but he had like a 4-speaker sub, like quad almost, you know.
I had that with my Sanyo rack system.
Yeah. So we saw, I think he got like fucking Animal House or some shit, bro. And we were watching it. And like, you know, being used to VHS, well, the picture quality and the sound quality was just fucking leaps and bounds, bro. And I was like, holy shit. You know, it was a DVD of its time before DVD.
Oh, yeah, it was digital. Yeah.
Yeah, it was, you know, so I mean, and it sprung me to go out and get one, and I got one. I put it into my stereo system and had my stereo system hooked up. And I mean, Laserdiscs are like vinyl albums now. Like you could buy a VHS back then for like $5 or whatever, and you were paying $25, $30 for a Laserdisc.
Oh yeah.
You know? So it was like, you want to get the quality, like, you know. So it was like CDs. It was like, oh, these movies will last forever. They won't wear out then. You know,
I wonder what the value of those things are now. Or I mean, do you
Nah, they're not.
ever checked?
They're not.
They're not.
It depends on the title. There are titles that were, and even with VHS. I mean, if you really look at like horror movies and things like that, there are rare movies that go for a lot of money. And the same thing with Laserdisc. It depends on the title. If it has some sort of limited or special type release or whatever, I keep up on it. But I go to thrift stores all the time. Sometimes they even have a Laserdisc section where they're selling them for like $5 a piece.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, I don't really buy them anymore. I mean, you know,
they were cool as fuck, man. I had a Yamaha one.
Hey, listen, man. Hey,
I
listen.
didn't have the Pioneer one that flipped it over. I had to get up and flip it over, you know.
Here, they do have a good use though. I'll give you that. I'll show you. Hold on a second here. Give me 1 second.
You know what my first Laserdisc was? Bachelor Party.
Mine was Superman.
Mine was Bachelor Party.
Here's a Laserdisc I have. It's the Blues Brothers.
Yeah.
Signed by Dan Aykroyd.
Nice.
So I treat these like albums off. I meet like a movie star and I have the movie on Laserdisc. It's way better than getting a DVD or something signed.
Yeah.
So you get the album, like kind of, it's like an album, you know.
Yeah.
But I met Dan Aykroyd and he signed this, and he signed the Blues Brothers album too. So
nice.
Yeah, I always have to.
Oh, go ahead.
I was say I always have to laugh when people look at me because of my age and say, "Oh, you don't know what Laserdiscs are." I want to say,
Yeah.
Excuse me. I went to a poor Catholic grade school. We didn't have iPads. We had a Laserdisc machine. We learned our science on Laserdisc. Our teacher had to put the Laserdisc in and click through the slides on the Laserdisc with the remote. We didn't have iPads and projectors and all that stuff. We had Laserdisc machines.
Dude,
here's Flash Gordon.
Oh
Oh,
shit.
nice.
On Laserdisc, signed by Sam Gordon.
Sam
Jones.
Jones, I'm sorry.
Sam
Jones.
Jones.
Yeah. Dude, I met him, you know, and I had the Laserdisc. I'm like, dude, this will be perfect for him to sign. So
Yeah, I met him at Comic-Con. He's a pretty cool dude.
yeah.
What I love about
like him in
Laserdisc
Ted.
is, what I love about Laserdisc is it's much like collecting vinyl. The artwork looks so much better.
Right
Yeah.
on. Exactly.
Love it, dude.
Like that Flash Gordon artwork is amazing.
Mine
Dude,
got
man.
I had a Yamaha Laserdisc player, and you had to turn it over, and then the Pioneer ones were the ones that just played both sides, where you got not turning it over.
I had the Pioneer one where it
play both
had a
sides.
laser on each side, so it would just
Yeah.
kind of go to the other side. Then.
Yeah, I didn't get that one. I didn't know about that till after I fucking said, fuck, I got the Yamaha one. And the Pioneer one was cheaper. You go, fuck. But but the first Laserdisc, like I told these guys, was Bachelor Party. And then I got Worldwide Live by the Scorpions.
Oh,
They
that's
had
cool,
lots
man.
of good. They had
I was
Sport of
getting.
King- They had
You know what
Sport
I-
of Kings by Triumph concert on Laserdisc.
I got all the
that.
Rush ones, man. You know,
Yeah.
like Exit Stage Left and Through the
Nice.
Camera and all that stuff, man. Show of Hands. I got them all on Laserdisc, man. Grace Under Pressure.
I still kept my first Batman, the Michael Keaton Batman DVD, because that was one of the first DVDs you had to turn over. And I go, that reminded me of a laserdisc. I do have it on Blu-ray now, but that first
What would it
Michael,
have? The special features on the other side or something?
no,
like
it had you had to turn it over to watch the rest of the movie
that?
on the Batman DVD. So that's why I kept it. It might be worth money. That's why. I don't know,
Cool.
but let's move on from this. Sebastian Bach just released an album. Any of you guys hear it?
I haven't heard
I did not
anything
listen
from
to
her
it yet, man. But I heard it's fucking pretty good.
Yeah,
Oh, I've listened to
I've
half
been
of
hearing
it. And I'm
positive-
fucking impressed.
I heard a couple of people say it's good.
Oh, Mooger Fugger is loving it. And then he fucking put me on it. I fucking went and got it last night and played it on thatmetalstation.com, the first song. It's better than the Skid Row album. And I like that Skid Row album, the last one with Eric Ronwald. This is it's fucking hard. It's fucking melodic. It has fucking lots of shit. He is fucking doing so many flavors on this album. I fucking love it, but it's fucking hard. It's like slave to the grind, you know. It's fucking great. I love it. I love Angel Down too, but this is like maybe becoming my favorite Sebastian Bach album already over Angel Down. So you guys haven't heard it though, right?
No.
I have not heard it, man.
Just check it out, man. Oh man. And then
I've been so busy with other stuff, man. It's just tough for me to listen to new music right now.
all right, let's get to one last story on here. Joe Elliott says he's tired of people calling Def Leppard heavy metal. I have an issue with the term heavy metal, the singer confessed during an appearance on some podcast, because everybody outside of rock always thinks in a heavy metal band it's like bad news. The frontman also noted that the label got overused over the years and commonly been given to bands that don't fit the genre, including his own. UFO, Thin Lizzy were not heavy metal, Elliott declared. Were Motorhead. They had a blues influence in them. Queen were never a heavy metal band, but they had a couple of heavy metal songs. Thanks to Brian May. I think we're pretty much the same. What do you think about that, Al?
I mean, he could be right about that in the time we're in now, but I mean, dude, back then, man, like the late 70s, early 80s, the term heavy metal was new, and even throughout the 80s, I mean, everybody it was kind of an umbrella term, man. I mean, it was just like everybody was kind of getting, I mean, even Rush got called heavy metal sometimes, dude, you know, and they definitely influenced metal bands, and there were certain songs they had that were metallic, you know, and very heavy, but they were just more than that. I mean, Def Leppard definitely started out as a heavy metal band. They abandoned it by the time they got to Hysteria. They abandoned that whole thing, you know. Even Pyromania was, you know, starting to shift, you know. But though I think, especially at first time, On Through the Night, that's definitely metal, man, you know, I think. And I think, you know, a lot of bands got called metal back then that now you really wouldn't kind of call it that. You know, Quiet Riot was metal. Now I wouldn't really consider them metal. It's more hard rock, you know, because as metal is just, the genres have been kind of more extreme bands and everything, and it's now. But back then, man, I mean, you know, hair metal wasn't called hair metal; it was called pop metal. I remember it was called either glam metal or pop metal.
Glam
you know,
metal.
Bon Jovi was called like fucking pop metal. You know what I mean? Like, so I mean, and they were, you know, there was metal magazines that were featuring all these bands in it that you would look at it now, have like a shitload of old hit paraders and all that stuff that
Was Driving and Crying in one of those?
they were like in the 90s.
Yeah, they
like,
hate a
got
fucking
thrown-
metal band. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I mean, you looked at Hit Parader, you had Slayer on the front cover, and you had Def Leppard and Bon Jovi on the same
Yeah.
fucking page. So
it was, just everything got kind of, you know, put under the umbrella of heavy metal. Well, now it's not like really like that anymore. It's so many different fucking subgenres, and they're just nuts, dude. You know, I mean, to me, music is just music, but you know, I mean, whatever. But I don't know. He's kind of right, but but you know, in the time frame, though, back then, I think he's kind of wrong. You know, so I don't know. That's just my take on it.
Well, it's like Kiss was American heavy metal, and they're not heavy metal, but they called them that in the 70s. You know, so.
Again,
they call Led Zeppelin heavy metal.
for my weekly pan over to my Creatures of the Night poster.
There's our obligatory Kiss news that we missed for the last 2 weeks.
They
There you
were
go.
heavy metal at some point. Well, when you tease the people with Gene Simmons's grafted tongue, I mean, you can't not give them the
prosthetic tongue.
prosthetic tongue. I'm sorry. Sorry.
It was a cow's tongue.
Yeah.
House tongue.
Yeah. There was so many rumors about that back in the day. So funny, man.
So what do you think about Def Leppard, Joseph? Joe
Well,
Elliott.
you know what I think about Def Leppard, but
Oh, I know.
no,
That
they were
episode will be
definitely a
out a
heavy-
week from Friday.
they were definitely a heavy metal band back in the 80s, up until a point. Like Al said, it kind of started to transition a little bit for some of the stuff on Pyromania, but by Hysteria, they definitely weren't heavy metal. The thing that I always hate is anytime Joe Elliott gives an interview, he comes off as the douchiest person you've ever met in your entire life. Every time. Like he wasn't ever striving to be like that heavy metal kind of singer. He was trying to be Mick Jagger. He was trying to be like the guy from T-Rex. He was trying to be like that stuffy 70s British singer, Ian Hunter, that everybody hates.
I
that,
love
like,
fucking
Really, I
Martin
never got.
Hoople.
I never got that vibe from Joe. Really, you think that way?
I just get
He
get
loves
the
Martin
douchiest
Hoople and
vibes.
T-Rex. Yeah.
I just get the douchiest vibes. And especially anytime he does an interview, because it's always, well, we're this, and I don't like it when this, or and it's always something. Like he can never, it's always when he put stuff out about the lip syncing or the always has to be in the news about something. Well, when people call us this, that's not true to us and all this stuff. It's not true to our artistry. Well, yeah, we know. We heard the last album. You're not metal. You're shit. I'm done with that. I am absolutely what most I've said in the past. Ian's hatred for Sammy Hagar is how I feel about Nine Armed Def Leppard. Nine Armed Def Leppard is like the epitome of like bottom of the barrel music for me. I just it just turned a band that was great and had such amazing promise, and then just became like the average run of the mill awful like just generic rock band, and then turned into bad generic rock band. And even the songs
once Steve Clark died, I think that
Yeah.
was the last nail in the coffin for me. They're like they're later.
There's some good stuff on Hysteria. It's not an it's a bad album, but it's not it's not completely irredeemable. But
No.
like anything after that is just.
There's
And
certain songs I like here and there like that. I when they came out with Euphoria, there was a couple of songs on there that were good. I liked. I mean, but
When-
like they haven't. I mean, it's only like 2-3 songs on an album, if that.
any band that can completely rip the soul out of Vivian Campbell's guitar playing deserves to rot in hell for all eternity.
Yeah, they fucking don't let him do shit, man.
And he's happy about it.
Easy paycheck, man. That's what that is.
Well, hey, listen, man. He got into a band that fucking makes a lot of money. And he makes a lot of money, so it's hard for anybody. I mean, if I had that opportunity, would I take it? Probably. But I mean, Phil Collins like kind of runs the whole show now when it comes to. I think there was I remember years ago there was an interview. I think it was a magazine interview where like something where Vivian Campbell said something like, I kind of play a role in Def Leppard. I'm not, and kind of jabbing a little bit, like he doesn't get to fucking really shine on there, like to do his abilities that he's known for. And I think Phil Collins like countered it, saying, "Well, it's too bad. It's like, like almost saying like I run the show, like you fucking here to do what you do, and." I get the spotlight or whatever. It's almost like kind of he said that in a way, and I was like, damn, that's kind of fucked up, dude. You have like a fucking partner that like can like probably rip a new asshole in you. Not saying that Phil Collins can't play, because I've seen him rip it up too. He holds back too. The whole thing with them, man, it's like they don't like let loose, man. They like, dude, you can't put aside 2 or 3 songs on the album to really fucking go hard and fucking like does everything have to be pop? Try to get like a
when was the last time Def Leppard played a guitar like Switch 625?
Yeah, no,
Like
it's not.
when have you ever heard them do anything like that in the last 35 years?
Pete Willis was the man.
Yep.
And there it is. Def Leppard.
Anyway,
this is what I always, the way I describe it is Def Leppard is a band made up of a one-armed drummer that everyone gives a standing ovation because you feel like you have to, a singer that's stuck in the 70s, a bass player that no one knows the name of and looks like he's stuck in the 80s.
I love Rick Savage.
I love Rick Savage, but he's like clearly like the one that everyone, he's the Ringo.
The Ringo.
You have a castrated Vivian Campbell and the cool dad that likes to take his shirt off at parties and look like an absolute moron. And that's Def Leppard.
So Jerry, any thoughts about this?
No, I agree with that Alice that back in the 80s, you pick up a Hit Parader or a Rip, you'd see like bands like Slayer, Bon Jovi, Def Leppard, hell, even people like Bryan Adams in the same fucking magazine, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, if I look back on it now, I'll definitely say they were a rock band and then they turned into adult contemporary, in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, everything was metal back then. It was just a time period. We talk about time periods all the time. Like we talk about the grunge era and all that. It was just like an era of, rock and roll, metal, whatever you want to fucking call it. It was all lumped in one thing back in the 80s. So why did it even bother? Would it even bother him that that he's considered bad? Who cares?
That's what I always, that is always the mark of a artist with like class to me, is that like you can see the bands that either don't care what people label them or like embrace the label that people give them. When I just came from the M3 Rock Festival, you got a bunch of bands that like, yeah, we're hair metal. We love being called that. Like this is our crowd. We love doing this stuff. We really get into this. Then you have people like John Bon Jovi, who's like, me? No, I'm not hair metal. No, I could never.
He's never been hair metal, dude.
Dude, he fucking created that shit.
Then why do
he's rock and roll, but
then why does Hair Nation play a Bon Jovi song?
Because the media created that genre.
Oh,
the
come
media
on, Mark.
creates
Come on,
genre.
Mark.
He turned his back on it, though.
He turned his back on it, but like you see people like John
Mark.
Bon Jovi. Like,
watch the documentary,
if you
and he'll talk about that.
If you say the word hair metal around him, he'll break out in hives.
Well,
And
he
then you have
doesn't like
Joe
that.
Elliott.
He
Well,
doesn't
I'm not
like the
heavy metal.
7800 Fahrenheit, which I think is one of my favorite albums by them.
But you know what I mean? It's like those kind of artists that like get so like insanely butthurt when you say,
I know
you're this.
you should just embrace it. Just embrace it, man.
Exactly.
I'd say like that's what people want to
take
think
themselves.
of us.
They take themselves too seriously, and that's my problem with a lot.
You
of
know
these
who
artists,
doesn't take
artists
himself
that
too seriously? You know who doesn't take himself too seriously?
Let me guess, Danny Elfman.
No. Oh, thank you for mentioning Oingo Boingo. There's our Oingo Boingo on there. But
Ranger?
Bono. There you go.
Oh, don't play that one with me, Mark.
Bono does not take
play
himself
that
too
one
seriously.
with me.
Dude, I have been a fan of that band for fucking since war. And I know Bono isn't a fucking dick. I'm just
Mark,
saying
there's
it.
a reason that the South Park episode about the biggest piece
South
of shit
Park
is about
fucking
Bono.
gets shit wrong sometimes.
Actually, they're pretty accurate, man. They really are.
You think Tom Brady's a dick? I don't think Tom Brady's
He didn't take the shit. He is the shit.
He is it. He apologized for that that album they pushed on your iTunes. So
this episode was before that, Mark.
Hey, listen,
Whatever.
Joe is wearing here's a perfect example. He's wearing a shirt of a band that completely, when Cowboys from Hell came out, we didn't have albums before this. We didn't, they completely like pretended like the Glam Terror didn't even like exist. You know what I mean?
They were glam. They definitely fucking were. If you want to label them back in those early days,
so
absolutely.
That's another one that you could kind of say. I mean, yes, they came into prominence with Cowboys to Hell, and that's it's a different thing than Bon Jovi. I mean, Bon Jovi fucking got popular in the '80s as a hair metal, band. They helped create that. They helped create that look and genre, man. You know what I mean? They were one of the forerunners of that.
they didn't have makeup on though.
No, with the big hair and the like.
No, but the hair.
It was only Rick Savage who kind of had the big hair.
No, he's talking about Bon Jovi.
Oh, Bon Jovi, yeah, they had the big.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, it's just he completely I mean, listen. I mean, if they would have stayed that look into the '90s, they would have fucking died a terrible death too. Somehow he managed to just change enough to, stay
Relevant.
relevant.
I
Relative.
love Keep the Faith.
I think that's a good album. As they went progressing to the '90s, though, they just got so adult contemporary. It's like, oh, dude,
These
I do
Days
like.
was a good
Actually, I
album
do like
too,
These
man.
Days too.
Yeah, come on, Hey God.
But they're not what you would want to hear
But
if
it's
you're a Bon
not super
Jovi
one
fan.
wet. It
No.
wasn't super.
No, but I also like Bounce. I think Bounce is a really good
Oh.
album with United.
Now by that time,
Undivided.
I was over Bon Jovi, dude.
Oh, my.
Undivided is a great song from 9/11, man.
Mm.
But
I got off that train anyway. So anyway, go ahead.
so Jerry, what are we doing, man?
What?
Let's get into
We
the
are
show.
going to do well. I fucked up, I guess, because I picked duets mostly from the same band. But we're doing our favorite top 11 duets. So should be a very interesting topic,
He's
man.
fucking around, dude. You can't have 11.
I know
songs
he's
in the
fucking
same
around
band.
because he said Almost Paradise earlier.
I
so-
do. I fucking do. I swear.
You're fucking around,
okay.
Jerry.
All
But
You're
right,
not
anyway,
that dumb.
the guy,
Come on.
the guy that first came up with an idea is not with us tonight, Andy. So this was his idea. So we miss him. And
I hope he's all right with the storms.
He
Oh,
said
dude,
they're
yeah.
fine. I did check in
Yeah.
on him. So
I know what he goes through. They come here, dude. It's fucking yeah. Oh, you live in Florida now. You probably get thunderstorms on a regular basis there, huh?
It's been dry here, Rex. As a matter of fact, like we need the rain.
We're getting
When I-
all your rain.
When I lived in West Palm, 2:00 every fucking day, man, you can set your
Well, that's
fucking watch
common.
by a thunderstorm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's coming. Yeah. So
But
It's-
anyway,
It's rained
Go ahead.
every day up here in PA for the last like 2
So we're
weeks.
making
I
an
heard,
album.
man. I heard, yeah, New Jersey is the
Dude.
same way.
So
I mean,
we're
Florida,
making
Florida, you can actually see the fucking rain across the street, and it'll be sunny on the other side of it.
Oh yeah.
So we're
The
doing.
one time I was in Florida, it rained
I
for like
love Florida. I
5
miss
minutes
it.
and then
I
went
fucking
away.
miss it. I loved West Palm. I wish I never left it. I loved it down there. So
All right.
anyway, let's get started in our top 11 duets. We'll start with Joe, man. Number 11.
All right. Well, we're doing this as an album, so
Yeah. So
All right,
you're-
okay. Side one, song
side
one.
one, track one.
There you
So
go.
my list is going to be all over the place. This album is going to span decades and genres and artists. And so my track one on my side one is a song that opened an album, opened the 1995 album History, Past, Present, and Future. And that is the duet between Michael Jackson and his sister Janet, Scream.
Wow, it's a good
Oh.
one.
I love that track. It's basically a diss track on the media about everything that was going on with Michael at the time. And I mean, you got to hear Michael Jackson say the F word on a song, which was kind of weird. But it's a great track. It's really it's deep in that, like when Michael was really into New Jack Swing in the early 90s and really into kind of that style of production. And I really love the track, and he and Janet both sound great on it. And so that's what's opening my album is Scream by Michael and Janet Jackson.
That's a good
Cool.
one. I love that song.
All
Off
right,
the
Al.
History album.
Yep.
Side one, song one.
Me? I go next?
Yep.
All right, man. I'm gonna from the Judgment Night soundtrack, that track that opens up the soundtrack, Helmet and House of Pain. Just Another Victim. I'm going with that. I mean, do we consider this a duet or just a collaboration? Whatever, dude. I'm going with it.
Well,
It's the
Andy
two-
said collaborations by two bands, two whatever.
Yeah.
Any collaboration is a duet.
Yeah.
to him. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going with Helmet, House of Pain, Just Another Victim. Man, I loved the soundtrack when it first came out, dude. I was all in. It was before like the whole new metal thing. So this was like actual hip hop and rock, just fucking two artists getting together, and kind of like the Anthrax, Public Enemy, Run DMC, Aerosmith, things like that. So it was like hard hitting, and at that time, still think hip hop was great. So before it died a death into the late '90s. So, but I loved House of Pain. I loved Helmet, and Just Another Victim was a great track. So I'm opening up, gonna hit it hard, man, right out of the gate. So that's track one.
All right, Mark.
Want me to do Andy's or Andy's last?
Do his last.
Do his last. Okay, so I go for mine. My number one track. Everybody loves Stop Dragging My Heart Around. But I think the song they did on that fucking Hard Promises was way better. Insider by
Love
Stevie
that fucking
Nicks
song.
and Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. I think that song is way better. The lyrics
Damn
are
you,
so
Mark.
fucking deep about a breakup. You know, I'm going through a breakup. So come on. You know, I'm the man you'll never be. You know, it's like he's talking to his ex saying, I wasn't for you. And that's how I am for my wife. And this song hits hard for me right now. And I've always loved the song anyways, even on Pack Up the Plantation Live when Stevie came up and sang it with him. Just amazing fucking track. I love it's this sounds more like a collaboration compared to Stop Dragging My Heart Around to me. It's like they both are fucking, you could hear the hurt in their fucking voices. So Insider by Tom Petty and Stevie Nicks.
Great fucking song, dude. Love that song. All right, here's my first technical fuck up, I guess. I have to go with Changes from Yes, man. Trevor and John Anderson both sing leads on that.
Great track.
I would
know
have
it's
picked that
not-
too, Jerry. You know that.
Mhm.
But man, what a fucking song that is, dude. I mean, that song is epic, dude. It's one of my favorite songs of all time. Man, just Trevor's fucking guitar playing in that song is amazing, especially when he goes into that thing before he goes into do. It's just a fucking cool tune, dude. And I love that era. Yes, of course, if you know me, you know that's my favorite era of Yes. That's one of my favorite Yes albums.
That's why we're brothers.
But yeah, I mean, I like Steve Howe. Don't get me wrong. But
Oh, I
Trevor's
love Steve Howe,
Way
dude.
better guitar player than Steve Howe.
But
In my
Trevor
opinion.
has more.
It's a
brings
very
more to the
different
party.
style. It's a
But
very
Yeah, it
different
is.
Trevor,
You're
style.
right.
Trevor brings more to the party with his voice, vocals, and stuff like that. You know,
And the production, and all
production.
that.
Yeah,
I mean, he definitely brought Yes back. I mean, it wasn't even supposed to be called Yes, I guess, when they got together originally. But
cinema.
they definitely put Yes back. He definitely put Yes back on the map. So you gotta give him credit for that. So that's
I would say he put them on the map, but I hate how people forget how good the Drama album is.
Oh, I love the drama
love that
album.
album, and
But
everyone
who,
kind of
who
gets
produced and sang on the drama and 90215? Trevor Horn.
yeah.
Trevor Horn's an amazing producer. Nobody, even the Bungles are fucking good.
Mhm.
And the guy's a genius, and nobody gives him any credit. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
the great album 90215, Mark.
You know what I mean. I'm fucked up already.
90210.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
I used to, when that fucking show was out, I did that
There
all
you
the
go.
time. I go,
Yeah.
yes, album,
And,
90120.
but the
I'm like,
live
fuck.
album is 90122
Two live.
right?
Live.
Live.
9012 live.
Yeah.
90122 live. Yeah.
And like I said, that was my very first concert I went to ever seen too, man. It just fucking floored me, man. It's still vivid memories of that show, dude. Incredible.
Completely off the topic, but that's still one of the things that has pissed me off the most about any live album is that they never actually released
No,
the album
right.
of the live concert. They only released the solos, which
The
is just all the
solos,
solo songs.
There's
And it's
actually
like-
a
No,
lot
they
of
had the video. They had the video.
But I'm saying they never released an album of it.
No, but
It was just
they
the
should
video.
they should release that video on 4K. I want that so bad. I had that on VHS. I wore the fuck out of that.
At least put it out on like Blu-ray or something. You're never gonna get these concert videos on 4K, Mark.
Well,
It's not gonna happen.
give it to me on Blu-ray at least.
That's what I'm saying. At least
that'd
put
be
it on
great.
like DVD.
Yeah, something.
All right.
Andy's
Andy,
picks.
right?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, Andy, that's right. Yeah. Sorry.
Well, I'm gonna
Sorry,
go. His numbers are like fucking weird, so I'm gonna go his first 6. Stevie Nicks and Tom Petty. He didn't pick Insider. He picked "Stop Dragging My Heart Around." Fucking great song, man.
Yep.
I like the one on the box set better, without Stevie singing on it, and I love Stevie Nicks, but I like the way Tom sings it solo. That's just my opinion on that. But that's his number 1, side 1, Andy.
All right, Joe, song 2, side 1.
Alrighty. Well, before Vanilla Ice took a shit all over it.
Wait, it no, okay, go ahead.
Queen and David Bowie, Under Pressure.
Yeah.
Amazing track. I mean, just hearing Freddie Mercury and David Bowie singing on the same track is iconic. And before Vanilla Ice took a shit all over it, one of the most iconic bass lines, and just an amazing track. I mean, everyone knows this song. It's not like I'm dealing with some like deep cuts here, but it's an amazing track. There's a reason that it still gets played all over the radio. So yeah, Under Pressure, Queen and David Bowie.
All right. Al, number 2, side 1.
Number 2, side 1, I'm going Temple of the Dog, Hunger Strike. Chris Cornell and
I
Eddie
almost
Vedder.
picked that.
Yeah, dude. I love that song when it came out. Chris Cornell's voice blew me away, man. It's and him and Vedder complimented each other very, very, very nicely on that song. So, and that song was huge, man. So
It was. Yep.
All right, thank you, Al, because we did an episode where everybody hated Temple of the Dog except me.
Hey, I wasn't on that episode, and I would have stuck up for it.
It's like,
I
God
love
damn,
that
I
album.
was like
Great album,
fucking,
man.
It's an amazing
well,
album.
Eric and Jerry and
And I got to
everybody was
see-
saying that album sucked.
And I got to see them live, man,
Thank
when
you.
they played that short tour.
Vindication,
I really like that song though, Hunger Strike.
dude.
But the rest of
Reach
the album
Down?
was no.
What?
To be
Reach
honest
Down?
with you, that's another album I probably need to listen to again because I ain't heard it in 30 years.
Yeah,
we should
we-
cover
maybe I
that
do
for
need
we
to
should cover
listen.
that for a show just to give Jerry a reason to re-listen to it.
Well, we still need to review that on Freeform, so that
You
Get
know,
me
that's in my
on there.
side pocket.
Get me on
stuff that
there.
I
I
stuff
will.
that I haven't listened to in like 25, 30 years. I'm listening to again, like the White Lion Big Game album. I thought that album sucked when it first came out, but I love it now. I think it's fucking great now.
When
And
I saw
so-
when I saw Temple of the Dog live, the highlight for me and hearing Chris Cornell sing this, fucking they did Achilles' Last Stand, dude.
Oh, really?
And
Awesome.
fucking amazing, man. They did Crown of Thorns by the Love Bone.
Nice.
Dude, I mean they did the whole like grunge family kind of thing, man. Like anything that any of the people in Temple of the Dog were involved with, like they did that, man. Like they did some Cornell's solo. I think they did Seasons from the single soundtrack.
Nice.
I mean, dude, it was just amazing, dude. And it was a short tour. I think there was only like 5 or 6 dates that they did, and that was it. And it was Madison Square Garden. I saw him, dude, and I'm like glad I did because I think it wasn't even a year after that when Chris died. So, it was just fucking to see him one more time and to do that with the whole Temple of the Dog thing. I was like, holy shit. But Achilles' Last Stand, bro, I was like, holy shit,
Yeah.
man.
Did they
It was
do
just
any?
amazing.
Did they do any Green River?
No, because who was involved in that?
Jeff and Stone were both in it.
I have to look at the set list again, man, because maybe they did. They did Sabbath, they did
Mhm.
War Pigs, they did. I think they did from what was the side project that Lane Staley had? Mad Season.
Mad Season.
They did like I think they did either River of the Cedar or the other song that was from there. I can't remember the name of it now, but something Dead or something like that. So I mean, they kind of ran the gamut, man. It was
So
Well,
they didn't do any of their like Pearl Jam or Soundgarden
no,
songs.
they didn't do any of that. They stayed away from that.
Gotcha.
So they just did kind of the side things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Gotcha.
Like the early influences.
Yeah.
Set.
but here, Mother Love Bone too was great. 'Cause
Yeah.
I love
Well,
the love.
That's what the whole project was.
Yeah,
Was a tribute to Andrew Wood.
Andrew Wood. Yeah, so they were doing like stuff from that. So
Cool.
anyway, I got off tangent there. But yeah, Temple of the Dog. That's my number 2.
Well, that's okay because I got fucking railroaded on an episode. Everybody hated it except me. But go ahead, Jerry. Where you
All
at?
right.
Mark, it's your
You're
turn.
up
Number
next.
2.
My
Side
turn.
1, song 2.
Song 2. I'm gonna go with the Lost Boys soundtrack, and I'm gonna go with one of my favorite bands of all time, In Excess with Jimmy Barnes. Good Times. Everybody shake, everybody groove. I fucking love that song. Gonna have a good time tonight. Rock and roll music gonna play all night.
Look
And
at the
fucking
soundtrack.
Michael and Jimmy Barnes just were fucking insane together. They fucking blended so. I like Jimmy Barnes. Freight Train Heart's a great album. If you want to check that album out, he's a great fucking singer.
He's
And he's still
Australian,
going,
right?
man. The guy is still going.
He's Australian, right?
Yeah, he's Australian, like In Excess. So that's my Good Times from the Lost Boys soundtrack.
All right. And my number 2 is What Joe Said, Under Pressure by Queen and David Bowie, man. I mean, Joe mentioned everything cool about that song. Still is a great song nowadays. 2 of my favorite singers from the 70s and 80s, probably in the 70s, but Love that song, dude, to this date, man. It's something you hear on the radio, you never change it. It's an amazing track. So that's my side one, song 2. Andy, what's Andy's mark?
Andy, he goes Stan, Eminem, and Dido.
Mm.
You know, Andy's gonna bring some hip hop. I like that. You know,
I was
I
never an
actually
Eminem-
like
I
that
was never an
song.
Eminem fan.
I do like old Eminem.
I liked when he did that song with Elton John. That was pretty cool.
Well, he just buried Slim Shady. There's an obituary, and that's when he sucks now that he's not Slim Shady. But I like that song. I agree with Andy. That's a good fucking. I like Dido back then. I thought she had a good voice. It wasn't like what's that girl? I don't fucking know the '90s fucking female singers. What's that girl? Jewel. Fuck Jewel. I hate Jewel. So that's his number 2 side 2.
How can you hate Jewel?
She's hot, but fucking she's folk. She's folky as fuck.
So you turn off the sound and watch the video.
One of the most
Well, I
harmless
did
singers.
that. Yeah.
I mean, that's like one of the most harmless singers of all time, in my opinion, man.
I hate Jewel.
I do too. I don't like her music,
Thank
but
you, thank you.
I don't like her
Jewel
music either. But
sucks.
I mean, isn't she dating dead Kevin Costner now?
Who
I think.
cares who
No.
she dated? She sucks.
Anyway, who cares a fuck? Right. Okay. That's Joe. Number 3, man.
Alrighty. Yeah, it may have the Prince of Darkness sounding like a bit of a pussy, but I still think it's a great song. Close My Eyes Forever, Ozzy and Lita.
Damn it, dude. We're gonna be copying again.
No, we
Yep.
all might be copying on that song. So
I mean,
spoiler alert.
it's a great track. I mean, honestly, Ozzy sounds great on it. It probably one of his best later day vocal performances. And he and Lita do great together on it. It always feels weird whenever I see Lita Ford live to hear someone other than Ozzy sing those lines. It's like, it's
I don't
always
know.
a little-
Patrick Kennison can sing this fucking
he can
song
sing
pretty
it, but
good,
it's always
dude.
just like I'm so used to hearing the studio version and hearing Ozzy's vocals,
okay, right.
and it's
Well,
like
Well, at least
It's
he isn't
not Ozzy.
piping in his vocals though.
it's no, and it'd be worse. God help us if he came out on stage and tried to sing it, but
Poor Ozzy.
still a great track. So yep, that's my side 1. Track 3 is Ozzy and Lita Ford. Close My Eyes Forever.
All right, Al. Number 3.
I'm going with Michael Jackson, Paul McCartney. Say. I like, dude, when I was a kid, I remember like hearing the song on the radio and I loved it, man. You know, I mean, I think I was like 11 years old when this came out. And I don't know, I loved it, man. I love this song, man. I thought they were great together. So it's funny, man. I hadn't heard that song in so long. I pulled it up, man. I was like, damn, man. It brought me right back to being a kid, listening to the radio. And it was always getting played on the radio. And they even had a MTV video for it.
Yeah, they had a video for it.
Yeah,
So-
that was a great video where they're like selling like
Mhm.
medicine and
Selling
shit.
they're traveling medicine man.
Yeah, troubles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then
that
they
was a
were
great
in the
video,
they were
dude.
in
I
the
watched
were
that
in
video
circus
so much.
with the clown makeup on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Michael. Here's some good advice. Buy some music rights, man.
No, it's not.
Great
I'm gonna-
advice.
I'm gonna buy yours.
Yeah.
Hearing Paul tell that story is always hilarious. I'm gonna buy your songs.
Yeah. And look what happened.
Yep.
But anyway, that's my number 3. Michael Jackson, Paul McCartney, Say.
All right, Mark.
Well, I think somebody's already picked this up. Queen, David Bowie, Under Pressure. Great song. Horrible album. That's the only good song off that album that I like. So Under Pressure. Hot Space sucks.
Back chat. You don't like back chat, dude?
Oh, God damn no.
Body language. Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Mine is what Joe said. Close My Eyes Forever, man. Love that fucking song, dude. I was always a huge Lita fan and Ozzy fan, so seeing those two together was pretty fucking sweet in my opinion. Saw her about a year or two ago. She still puts out a pretty good show.
Yeah, I just saw her last year.
And like I said, she's got a great guitar player, singer that can sing that song with her now, and it's an amazing song. It still holds out today, man. It's a timeless, ageless song in my opinion. So that's my number song 3, side 1. Andy, what's your pick? Andy?
Well, I got to look at his like configuration here. Okay, there's his 3. Your wife is calling Sound City. Leaving of Fear, Dave Grohl, Pat Schmier, Taylor Hawkins of the Foo Fighters. I guess from the Sound City soundtrack, that documentary Dave Grohl did.
Yeah.
So Leaving did a song with them. So that's his number 3 on side 1.
What song is it?
Let me find it again. Your wife is calling.
Never heard of it.
I don't remember that one.
It's on the Sound City. I only have the I bought the track with Paul McCartney, Dave Grohl, and
Yeah.
I bought
Yeah.
that track. Give Me Some Slack. That's the
Yeah.
only one I got off that. I
me-
haven't heard the whole thing.
Cut me some slack or
Cut
something
Me
like
Some
that.
Slack. Yeah, that was a great song. So that's
right.
his number 3 on side 1.
Song 4, Joe.
Alrighty, the king of the 80s. She's an easy lover.
Fuck, man.
She'll get a hold on you, believe it. Phil
Philip
Collins and Philip Bailey.
I didn't really think anybody's gonna pick that song.
What? It's like one of the most popular songs.
That's like
I
one of the
know,
biggest
but doesn't
duets
mean you
ever,
like
man.
it.
I
Shit.
love that. Mark, you know I love Phil Collins, man.
I know. My bad.
Yeah, easy lover. Phil Collins and Philip Bailey. I'm going to be seeing Earth, Wind, and Fire here in a couple months with Chicago, so looking forward to that. He's one of the only original members left. So
I was going to say, is there anyone original members left?
They all
But
died.
Philip Bailey's still alive.
it's him. And the drummer just plays percussion now. He doesn't do the full kit anymore. And then one other guy, I think.
Oh, okay.
And then they still have the horn section from the 80s, but
I'm talking about Earth, Wind, and Fire.
yeah.
Oh, they have, okay. I got Chicago in my mind for some reason. Okay. Anyway, all their horn guys are still alive.
Yeah, no, Earth, Wind, and Fire, they switched out their horns in like the mid 80s, but all the guys
Actually,
they replaced them with were still in the band.
Well,
Actually, I
Phil
think all-
Collins
I think-
used
I
those
think all
Earth,
the-
Wind and Fire people.
Yeah, I think all the
Yeah.
Chicago guys are still alive. A lot of them, majority
A
of
lot of them are, yeah, because Cetera's
Yeah.
still alive. He just doesn't play with them. And
Yeah. You know,
there's
Yeah,
it's
pretty much,
weird,
yeah.
like the ones that don't tour with them versus the ones that don't play with. It's a whole weird kind of thing.
all right.
But yeah. Anyway,
All right.
Next.
Al, song 4, dude.
Sorry. My door keeps. Oh, I'm
it's
sorry.
the cat. It's the cat.
No, it's my dog actually.
Oh, is it the dog?
Yeah. Come here. This is Daisy. All right, Daisy. Relax. My number 4, I'm going with the Battle of Evermore. Zeppelin and Sandy Denny.
Oh,
Plant. Yeah, I've always loved that song. I love the way Sandy Denny sings with Robert Plant. And from Fairport Convention.
you had to say the name, didn't you? Go ahead.
What? Fairport Convention? Sandy
That was one of
Denny?
That was one of Mark's favorite podcasts.
Yeah, me and Lee did that episode. Yeah,
Yeah.
Well,
but I
what?
do like her on Zeppelin, so that's a good one.
Oh, you did a thing on
They did a Fairport
Oh,
convention.
Oh. Well, I must have missed that one. So
Oh yeah,
That was a couple of years ago.
yeah.
yeah. Well, Lee likes them or something.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
And
that's
so
right.
does
Up,
Dr. Fuck. They did
that's right. That's right down Lee's bowling alley. You know.
Yeah. That in United States of America. Yeah.
Well, that's
All
my
right,
number
Mark.
4. So
All right, Mark, song 4, Mark.
Song 4. Was Al done?
yeah, I'm done. I'm good.
Okay, song 4. Well, Al already brought this up. Say, Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson. I fucking love that song. This is way better on Paul's album than what Michael got on Thriller.
Ooh,
I don't
yeah.
think The Girl's Mine is that good a song. I
Nope.
think Paul got the best of the collaboration there. So
Yep.
say, frickin' rules. Fuck, your Reds just hit a home run, Benson. Fuck.
Well, that's okay. Mark the Rangers won too.
I don't care. Yeah, I saw that, but fucking the Reds are playing the Dodgers right now.
So
So
the Reds are sucking high tit right
they
now.
just hit a home run off of fucking
What
glass
do you
now,
fucking
dude.
do? They suck.
Well,
Anyway,
glass. They hit a home run off one of the best
Mark,
pitchers.
we're talking about music. Let's go.
Okay, go ahead. My bad.
are you done, Mark?
Yeah.
All right, my next one is going to be a fantastic ballad from Stevie Nicks and Don Henley. Leather and Lace, man. I absolutely fucking love that song, dude. That whole album, man. Belladonna is just fucking fantastic, man. But Stevie Nicks can put her voice around anybody and sound fucking great. You know what I mean? She's an amazing vocalist. And to have her and Henley do a
That's
song
not all
together,
she could put around anybody.
but I just absolutely love that fucking song, dude. I mean, one of my favorite Stevie Nicks song. So that's my number 4 from side 1, Leather and Lace, Stevie Nicks and Don Henley.
Andy Scenario, A Tribe Called Quest, and the Leaders
Quest.
of the New School.
Okay.
Yeah, Buster Rhymes.
Yeah, I don't know that.
Yeah. That was a
All
big
right.
that was a big song of hip hop, man.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right,
like
Joe.
I like Tribe Called Quest a lot, so yeah, go ahead, man.
Joe, song 5, dude.
Alrighty. Well, Jerry, I've done it to you enough. It's fitting that you finally did it to me. Stevie Nicks and Don Henley, Leather and Lace.
I was wondering why you were quiet when I was talking about that. Usually, I thought that would be a song that you would like. So
Yeah,
that's probably you're saving.
well, yeah.
it.
No,
Okay.
it is. No, like Mark, I didn't want to go with the obvious pick of Stop Dragging My Heart Around, so I went about 5 songs later on the album. Like Jerry said, I mean, that's just an amazing album. I mean, talk about being able to do that and then still a year later put out another great Fleetwood Mac album.
Yeah.
And be right in the midst of all that, and 1, much less 2 great duets on that album, plus done other great stuff. But I definitely, of the 2, I definitely prefer Leather and Lace, and I think that Tom Petty and Stevie Nicks sound good together. Don Henley and Stevie Nicks sound amazing together.
Dude, that was one of the best performances at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, is when Don came out and sang that song with her during her whatever you call that,
the induction. The
induction. There you go. Thank you.
Yep.
God, I'm getting fucking old, dude. Old and drunk doesn't mix. Okay, so that's your number 5. You done talking about it?
Yep.
All right. Al, number 5. God damn it.
Number 5, I'm going with It's Only Love by Bryan Adams and Tina Turner.
God damn it. That's a great song. Fucking
Yeah,
I
man.
missed it.
I like that one a lot, man. That Bryan Adams album, Reckless, is great.
Oh man. Fucking
You
great
know?
album, dude.
One of the best 80s albums, in my opinion. Just the perfect like pop rock.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know,
I love that song.
I love
completely
Bryan
forgot
Adams, man. He was so
Oh,
great
I did too.
back in the day. You know,
Yeah.
he was great when I saw him at the Garden last year. So, you know, but that's my number 5. We're going with 6 and then 5, right?
Yeah, 6 and 5.
So I'm
Damn.
just
I'm pissed
yeah,
off. I
Bryan
missed that
Adams,
one.
Tina Turner. It's Only Love, man.
All right. So Mark, number 5.
And I'm just gonna say now that was one of my honorable mentions. It's Only Love, Tina Turner, and my wife kept telling me stuff that I was missing. I was getting pissed off at her. Said, "Stop! I got my list done." I had to change some shit because of that. But no, I didn't pick Tawny Marie, Diane. Sorry, but shit. My number 5, right? I'm gonna go out of the genre, maybe pop here. You know, we usually do rock and metal, progressive shit. But
Mark, I just picked Easy Lover. Keep going.
yeah, well, shit, that song may be coming up later on my list. You know me.
But I'm saying we're sticking with the genre.
I know, but I'm just gonna go. But I'm putting Kenny Rogers in here, not with fucking Dolly Parton, with fucking Sheena Easton. We Got Tonight. I think
that's not a bad version of it, but I don't really care for it too much.
I love their version.
Yeah,
I love
it's
Sheena
not.
Easton.
It's not the original. I'll say that.
I love Sheena,
but
Easton.
it's not bad. I mean, it's
No.
okay. I mean,
I love it.
all right.
That's my number 5.
All
On
right,
side
my
one.
number. Okay. My number 5 is Mark. You're gonna love this one, dude.
Chumbawamba?
Jack Blades and Kelly Keagy singing When You Close Your Eyes, man.
I could have picked that, but I went.
Yeah, I know I fucked up. Okay, fuck it. I don't, I can't change it now. I don't have time to, think. That's a cool tune, dude. That's what. That's one of those cool.
Chevrolet.
That's actually the second.
So good to be young.
That's
Okay,
actually
we're
the
done now,
second.
Mark.
That's the second concert I ever seen, and shortly after that one was Night Rangers and the Midnight Madness tour. So that was pretty cool. A lot of good memories with that whole album, dude. That song in particular is one of those songs that can, bring back memories of your youth. Because except for Joseph, because he's still young, he's still youth.
Hey, I'm still seeing him. I saw him last week.
But yeah, I absolutely fucking love that. I love that whole Midnight Madness album. It's a fucking classic, dude. It
I
really
love the
is.
first 3 albums.
Yeah. But anyway, that's my number 5. Andy, what's your number 5?
Andy. Oh yeah, that's me. All right, let's see. I'm looking at his mathematician here. Where's his 5? Okay, here's his number 5. Zappa and Sting, Murder by Numbers. They
Oh.
did that?
Yeah. Live. They did it live.
I never heard that.
Look it up, Mark. They changed the arrangement. It's really cool.
That's one of my favorite Police songs, and I
It's a
like
lot
Zappa
looser.
too.
It's a lot looser. They just kind of scattered around with it on Zappa's 88 tour. He brought Sting out, and in the introduction he says because it was right around when Jimmy Swaggart was doing his whole thing, and Jimmy Swaggart called out that song in particular.
Fuck that guy.
And on the album, the introduction to the song is Sting saying, Jimmy Swaggart went on his TV show and said the devil wrote this song. Well, fuck him, I wrote the song.
I love those Frank Zappa interviews, man. They were fucking awesome, dude.
Well, that was Sting that said that. That was Sting.
Well, I'm just saying, the Frank Zappa.
Oh yeah,
ones
Frank.
fucking...
Oh yeah, Frank going on TV and like just all these people like just going nuts about this stuff, and then Frank just like calmly, rationally explaining like, no, you're a moron, dude.
He also put Broadway the Hard Way. Is that like
that's the album that it's on?
I say, oh, okay, because I don't know.
Yeah, that's the album. Yep.
All right, so the last song on side 1, Joe.
Say
We're all
what
picking
you
this
want.
so far.
Paul definitely got the better of the collaboration. I will say that. Much like Mark, I am not a fan of The Girl Is Mine, so Paul definitely got the better of it. And yeah, no, great track, great video. It's fun to just see them kind of clowning around, quite literally clowning around. But yeah, no, just a great track, fun track. They both sound great on it. Paul has some great parts in it, and Michael's just doing his. I mean, Michael was on top of the world at that time. He really couldn't do much wrong, and this is just another example of it. So, great track. Choosing that to close out my side 1.
All right, Al.
I'm gonna close out my side 1 with Queen of David Bowie, Under Pressure. I had to pick that one as well. There's not much more I could say. I mean, their voices. I mean, there's that one scream that Freddie does, man. It's just insane. Oh my god, man! It's just iconic, man. I think Vanilla Ice is playing this weekend here in Florida.
Oh, really?
You should go buy tickets, go to the front row, and just shout at him, "Play Under Pressure."
I think he's playing in like Busch Gardens or something like that. So
he'll do that Ninja
Does
Turtle song.
Ah, fuck!
for you.
I love that Busch Gardens there. I've been there.
Does a concert ticket come free with admission?
yeah, that's what it is. Get into the park and you go see the concert. It was like Great Adventure up.
Yeah,
he pays you up in New Jersey.
Yeah, he pays you $20 to come and watch it.
Does he have any other songs? Like actually?
Well, he has that Ninja Turtle song.
He had like a little ballad. He had a ballad hit, like kind of a ballad hit after Ice Ice Baby.
Well, yeah, I think he had 3
he tried
hits.
to actually sing a song, not rap?
I think he had 3 hits off that album.
Come on, Cool as Ice is one of the best movies ever, bro.
Oh God, Nate Atchis, Bushy is like going, "Al, I love you."
That's what I close it on my album with is Under Pressure. So that's number 6.
All right, Mark.
My number 6. I'm going to end it with she's like been 1 and 2 on collaborations here. I love this fucking woman. Prince, Sheena Easton, You Got the Look.
Nice.
Ah, fuck. Prince made her hot. I remember when she was doing My Baby Takes the Morning Train, she looked like a homely kind of girl. And all of a sudden, Sugar Walls comes out and fucking You Got the Look. I go, woo, baby, what happened to this chick?
Well, I mean, yeah, you watch the James Bond movie For Your Eyes Only, and she's on the opening credits. She's not much to look at there.
I know Prince.
What?
Fucking,
she was hot then.
Prince,
oh man, I thought she was gorgeous.
Prince fucking turned her.
She had a great face, but like that haircut was just not for her.
Well, she had the Gozer the Gazarian haircut.
Yeah. Prince turned her into a fucking sex pot, man.
She still is gorgeous too.
I love that album with Sugar Walls on it. Fucking Prince wrote that whole shit. It's fucking great. I fucking love that album. But Sheena Easton, Prince, You Got the Look.
All right.
My side 1.
My number 6 is Cheating Again, of course. But Feeling That Way Anytime by Journey, man. Fucking dude. I mean, it's a duet. I don't care what anybody says it's a fucking
It
duet. I
is.
don't
It
care.
is.
It is.
Absolutely
See,
love
now,
that
now,
fucking
now I
song.
really want to make a list of like my favorite duets by a band, like
By bands, yeah.
by
that'd be
bands.
good.
Like, I finally remember what the song was that I would have been like easily my favorite one, which was uh Kansas, Miracles Out of Nowhere.
Yeah.
I wish they would have done more songs like with those Greg Raleigh and Steve Perry together.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
man.
yeah. I love
anytime
the-
they did it, I mean, like I said,
Yeah.
Feeling That Way, Just the Same
Just the Same
Way,
Way,
like a
yeah.
lot of those songs. I mean, they're so good. Their voices went together so great.
I mean,
Ooh,
Oh,
anytime that you
no.
call me.
you
Yep.
can be holding in
I just like it when they go, oh no, and Steve Perry comes in and Greg Wally comes back. Fucking great shit, man.
Yeah. Yesterday was a good
There was
day.
when last year when Extreme had to cancel M3 because Nuno broke his leg. Last minute replacement was Journey cover band, and I knew they were the real deal when about 10 minutes into their set they broke out Feeling That Way in Anytime. That's how I knew they were the real deal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love
cool.
that.
But anyway, Andy, go ahead, Andy. Number 6.
Number 6, Andy. Hi, Andy. I am Andy. I hate the Astros. I'm just joking. Let's see. His number 6. Fuck. I'm looking. 2, 3, 4, 5. God dang it. Let's see. There's this 1. There's this 8, 11.
Do you not have a 6?
He doesn't have a fucking 6.
And pick one.
I'm gonna pick self.
Kiki D and Elton John. Don't go breaking my heart.
Oh,
Pick that one
fuck.
for
He
him.
doesn't have a fucking 6. So I guess I'll just pick Queen and David Bowie Under Pressure.
Sounds good.
He does have
Well-
that on the list, but there's no number 6 for it. So that's his.
All right. Side 2, song 1, Joe.
Flip this sucker over. Starting a little mellow here on my side too, with one that has already been mentioned, with a review to be forthcoming on the Freeform Rock podcast, and that is Hunger Strike by Temple of the Dog.
Yeah.
Chris and Eddie just sound so great together on that track, and I mean, this they recorded it right before
Pearl Jam.
Pearl Jam, so I mean, this
Nobody
was the first,
knew. Nobody
Nobody
any
knew.
better at all.
Yeah, so I mean, really, like the first impression of Eddie Vedder, already with that iconic voice, and he and Chris just sound so great together. It's a shame they didn't do more.
The very easy song to play on guitar too. That's what I liked about a lot of the music back then. It was a lot easy. It was very easy to play.
But still,
Um,
like classic.
A lot of open notes. But yeah, still it's a good tune. I do like that song. But okay, you done, Joe?
Yep.
Should I move on? Okay. Al, number side 2, song 1.
Well, I'm gonna start off with Run DMC and Aerosmith. Walk This Way.
A good one.
I mean, it fucking resuscitated. It was such a huge hit on Run DMC's album and Raising Hell, and just resuscitated Aerosmith's career. You know, and the video, man. I remember the video was just, them rehearsing in different rooms and telling each.
Breaking through the guitar, through the wall. Yeah.
Well, yeah, Steven breaks through the.
Oh, the microphone stand. That's right. Yeah. The mic stand.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Yeah.
And fucking walk this way through the hole and shit like that. It was cool, man. I loved Run DMC, man, too. So, I was like, wow, this is cool, man. Cool. It was the start of something, whether it's good or bad with the whole rap thing. It was still a cool collaboration, man. So that's my number 1 side too.
My only problem with that song is after that song, Steven sang Walk This Way like that. I wish he would just spell it out the way he did on the album. Walk this way. How he
It's almost like, whenever they do a live,
walk this way.
he raps it. He raps
yeah.
it almost.
I mean, I know it's probably hard to do, especially, puts a lot of strain on the vocals to sing that part probably all those years, but still.
When I
love
saw Aerosmith, when they toured with Cheap Trick, God, this is probably going back. It might be going back like 10 years already. They played 2 shows at Madison Square Garden. I remember one of the shows on Walk This Way, DMC came out and joined Aerosmith. So I thought that was a cool moment for me, man, because you know I'm a huge Run DMC fan and Aerosmith, and see that them do that song together. It was just DMC though, but it was cool, man, just to have them do it, man. So yeah.
Cool. All right, Mark, start it out, man. Side 2.
All right. Well, this has already been picked by Joseph. Easy Lover, Phil Collins and Philip Bailey, man. Like I was a huge Phil Collins nut swinger. I used to, every time that came on MTV, I was just fucking watching it over and over and over. I like the video, and they're just singing an easy love. It's pretty cool. Get together on helicopters and shit. I thought it was fucking cool back then that, hey, these two guys are getting together and they're making a song. Fucking cool. So Easy Lover, that's starting off my side 2.
All right, my side 2, song 1. Fucking another great tune, dude. Again, I'm cheating again. Sorry. Snowblind by Styx, man. Fucking love that song. JY's voice comes in the real, and then Tommy sings like that, the rocking part of it. And
If there is one song that I want to see Styx perform live before they
no shit,
retire,
man. Yeah.
and they still do it every now and then. And
Yeah,
I've just
they
never
do.
gotten to see.
I've
I've
seen
just
them
never
do
gotten to see them
Snowblind.
do it.
But yeah, absolutely fucking masterpiece of a tune, dude. One of my favorites by Styx.
That's on Paradise Theater, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
My favorite song off that album.
Mirror, mirror on the wall. I fucking love that
They
song.
used to show me, scares me.
I got tickets to see Styx and Foreigner down here.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to see the set list before I.
It's the
dive in
same.
on that
I looked
one.
at
Is
it. A couple more songs from Crash of the Crown, but it's pretty much the same.
Yeah, we like
I'm
Joseph
so-
likes Crash the Crown.
I do,
so.
but like they need to switch it up, man. I'm
You know
a
what?
little pissed.
You know what I love, man, is like up in New York, like 2 years ago, Dad postponed the concert because of COVID, and they were playing the Beacon Theater, New York Theater, and it got postponed, I think, twice, and finally they did. It was when The Mission first came out.
I love
And
that.
Great
album.
album. Love that
Yeah.
album.
I
But-
saw that tour.
So the
So did I.
postponed concert was still like they were like doing that. They did the whole Mission album,
Oh, cool.
which is cool to hear, man. Because
Yeah.
I think I got like a special concert. They didn't really do that, anywhere else. So they did 2 sets. They did the Mission set, and then the second set they did all like different songs, hits, shit like that. So I was like, wow, this is great, man, because I'm getting something kind of different. And that's like the last time I saw Styx. So yeah, it'll be.
They have added. They have added.
Because Crash of the
pieces
Crown was out already when they did this
Yeah.
show.
Mhm.
So I remember I think in the second set they did 1 or 2 songs from Crash of the Crown. So
I know about this set list. They did add pieces of 8 to it, which I love that song.
Nice.
So
Love that song.
Love that song.
Love that song.
there might be 1 or 2 other changes, but it's pretty much the encore is still "Rockin' the Paradise" and "Mr. Roboto." I mean,
Well, our Crystal
But,
Ball episode
Renegade?
is kind of lagging, man. You guys need to get out on the Freeform Rock podcast and listen to the Crystal Ball episode, you fucking assholes. All right. Sorry.
all right, Andy, your number side 2, song 1. Come on,
And-
Andy.
Oh, Andy.
Andy.
Oh, so, well, he did number a number 7. So I'm going to just put what he had on here. Dionne Warwick, Gladys Knight, Stevie Wonder, and Elton John. That's what friends are for.
oh
That's gonna
God,
st-
I hate that song.
I hate that song too. Maybe he did this to fuck with us. I don't know.
Andy, you're killing me, dude. You're killing me. I can't stand that. I'm sorry, man. Anybody that loves that song, it's all good, man. But like, damn, I can't fucking stand that.
Dude, that video would come out and go, what the fuck is this? Karaoke? Well, there was no karaoke back then. Fucking hoot nanny. This sucks. MTV played it. It wasn't on VH1. MTV played it.
It wasn't that god awful.
Oh
Come on.
God, Jerry, go to the corner.
All right, song 2, side 1, Joe. Side 2.
Alrighty.
Side 2,
song 2. Well, Mark, clearly you voiced your disdain earlier, and I understand. I know any song written by the Bee Gees you can't stand. Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton, "Islands in the Stream."
That is what we are.
I do
It's a
like
great
that
song.
I do
It's a
like
great
that song,
song.
but Sheena Easton's hot.
Okay, so's Dolly Parton.
No,
What's
I'd
your
rather
point?
do Sheena Easton than Dolly Parton because
Okay,
most of Dolly Parton's fake. But there you go.
yeah, but she's still hot. Um,
Yeah.
love that song. I mean, they both sound great on it. They did a great Christmas album together. Yeah, and unlike Mark, for me, almost any song written by the Bee Gees rules. So
Eh, enjoy.
I will, and I do.
All right, Al.
This has been mentioned before. Ozzy and Lita Ford, "Close My Eyes Forever." I mean, great iconic ballad. You know, I love Lita, man. I've
I
seen
do
her
too.
live, I think like twice and 2 or 3 times, something like that. And she's always great, man. So yeah, and
All right.
she does it with the guitar player, which is I thought was really cool. So, but that's my number. What was that 2 on side 2?
That dude's actually in a cool band called Heaven Below. If you ever heard of them, they're a really cool band.
Oh,
All right, so Mark, number
Mark.
2.
My song 2, side 2.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with When Love Comes to Town, U2 and BB King. I fucking love that song.
That's actually pretty good. I like that.
God dang, I like watching it rattle and hum when BB goes, I don't know how to read music. Can you just show me how to play it? I thought that was fucking pretty
no,
cool.
he's terrible with chords too.
He has terrible with chords, yeah. So
and then Bono's like, "Don't worry, Edge will take care of that."
yeah, Edge will take care of that. That's fucking great. I love that song. I thought it was fucking great. I still play that song. I never get tired of it at all.
All right, so
my song 2, side 2.
all right, mine is definitely cheating, 100% cheating, but I don't care because this guy is better than all of them that sang with him on this song. Ronnie James Dio and everybody else in Stars.
Oh, I was wondering. I thought Al would pick that one.
No, I didn't.
Okay, he wasn't better than. I mean, Dave
A
Manichetti.
duet
No.
is 2.
Jeff.
I know. That's what I
not-
said. It was definitely. That's what I compared him. It was Dio here. Everybody else counts as one. In my
Fucking
opinion.
this guy's like octet over here and shit.
But yeah, what I thought, what a cool tune that was, dude. I mean, I love the fucking everybody.
Of all the charity singles,
Yeah,
that's probably the best one.
At least you
All
didn't
the
pick
fucking-
We Are the World.
all the fucking cool guitar solos in that. I thought the best one was Eddie Oida's, actually, in my
Oh, yeah,
opinion,
he
of
did
all
a
the
great one.
solos. I thought that was a pretty cool.
Yeah, too bad he
Pretty
was
cool
a dick,
solo.
right?
Yeah, he was kind of, but you know, he's there.
He was a dick.
He's there to make money, dude. Come on.
He was a dick.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, that's we talked about how good Dio is. That's how I picture Dio. There's Dio and there's everybody else.
Everybody
so-
else.
So that's why I call it a duo. I mean, there's good singers, don't get me wrong.
I was gonna say when
But-
you lump Dave Manichetti, Jeff
No,
Tate,
they're good.
and into everybody else,
Don
you know that
Dokken.
means how
Don
Dokken,
Dokken, fucking.
that just shows you how great Dio is when those guys get lumped into everyone else.
No, that's what I mean. I mean, because Dio was just fucking amazing.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I-
saying.
and I-
Shows you how
That
great
was
Dio
Dio's
is.
project anyway, so you got to put him
Yeah.
in number 1.
And I knew that was definitely fucking cheating, but I don't care because that song. I love
That was
song.
that was
I-
actually
I
the,
just-
the
I-
one that actually makes sense.
I just
Really?
I just love not only the song but the fact that you have Live Aid, you have Band Aid, and they called themselves Hearing Aid.
Yeah. Got the Spinal Tap guys in fucking in costumes singing
Yep.
background in that one.
Yeah, and Bono got the worst line in Live Aid, but yeah. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, you pray that it's them and not you, whatever. fuck
You
it
pray
said,
that
yeah.
it's them and not you. Yeah.
What
They
a
gave him the
horrible
worst line
fucking
in that
that is.
song.
Well, that kind of sums up Bono. So
No, it doesn't. No. I've
Well, I
been
knew that.
I've been
I knew
following
that
you
would get him.
too as before
knew
you
that
were
would get him.
alive, Joseph. So just put it that way.
I
I know the
certainly hope
band.
so,
I know
Mark.
Bono. Don't believe the hype. It's shit news because they all hate him.
I don't believe the hype. I think they were a shit band.
Oh well, you can say that, but
No,
what
the hype
people-
is that they're a good band.
no.
They were
the
good all the way
the
up
hype is
till
that Bono's
Joshua
a
Tree.
like a dick, like the Radiohead guys. But okay, go ahead,
All right,
Andy?
okay, Andy.
Andy. Oh shit, fucking Andy. I hate being in your head right now. All right, let's see. is number 8, side 2, track 2 is Poncho and Lefty, Nelson and Merle Haggard, Self-Destruction to Stop the Violence Movement. I haven't heard that. You guys heard that?
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad at least loved that song.
I need to hear it now. Shit.
Cool tune.
Sometimes I feel dumb because I don't know these songs you guys have. You know,
It's cool tune.
All right, song 3 is Joe.
Alrighty, so making his third and final appearance on my list, Michael Jackson with Saida Garrett. I Just Can't Stop Loving You.
Oh, that's a good
off
one.
the Bad album. Great track. Bad is my favorite Michael Jackson album.
I like that album too.
By far. I am not a Thriller fan, and I always catch hate for that. I love the song Human Nature, and I love some of the other singles, but I am not a Thriller fan. I think it's one of the most overrated albums ever released. Bad and Dangerous far eclipse it, in my opinion. But yeah, I Just Can't Stop Loving You. Great ballad off of Bad.
I agree with you. I got burned out of Thriller, but fucking I listen to Bad and Dangerous more than that album.
My thing though is like the deep cuts on Thriller suck. Like the
Yeah.
songs that aren't hits.
The
off
Girl Is
Thriller
Mine
are-
is really bad.
Yeah, but I mean that's not even that people know
There
that
were
song,
there
but,
were
like, the
there were
other
deep there were deep cuts on Thriller. I think just about all
Lady
of
in
them
My
were
Life.
hits.
Lady in My Life.
And Jerry hates talking in songs, so The Girl Is Mine is horrible when they're talking to each
Yeah.
other in that song.
No, I
Well,
don't.
it's
I
just a
don't
bitch.
hate all of them. I mean, it's just. I don't know. That fucking Knocking on Heaven's Door by Guns N' Roses did it for me, man. I don't know. That fucking shitty ass phone call.
The phone call.
Yeah,
Rank subjugation.
yeah. Just fuck crap. Anyway, Al, you're number. Are you done, right, Joe?
Yeah.
All right, Al. Song 3, dude.
All right, man. I'm going with something a little different. Gary Moore and Phil Lynott, Out in the Fields.
That's a good one.
This was awesome.
Nice.
This song reunited the two of them. This was on Run for Cover album by Gary Moore.
I don't know.
One of the last things that Phil Lynott ever recorded, actually, before his death. And I love it. You know, my favorite album by Thin Lizzy is Black Rose. And I love because Gary Moore on there and stuff. And I thought that those two together were always brought the best out in each other. So this was a great song, and they duetted on it, so which is awesome. So there's a bit of more of a less commercial. Well, it's not really known here in America as much, but out in Ireland and Europe, it was more.
Yeah,
of a
I don't
hit.
know it. I don't know it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
check it out, man. Out in the Fields by Phil Lynott and Gary Moore. There's a video for it too, as well.
Gotcha. Cool.
That's my was it 3?
Yep.
Mhm.
Side 2.
All right, Mark. Song 3, dude.
On 3. Lita Ford, Ozzy Osbourne, Close My Eyes Forever. We already talked about that song. I think it's a great ballad. I can love it. So that's my number 3 on side 2.
All right, number 3 is thank you, Al, for bringing it up. The Battle of Evermore, man. I fucking love that tune. Standy Denny's cool in it. What's it? Fairport Convention? What is it
Fairport
called?
Convention.
Fairport Convention,
Hey,
yeah.
you just did the stutter I always did with Lee and it pissed him off. Good one.
Well, I just
Hey
didn't know the
Lee, I hope
fucking
you're watching this.
name of
Jerry
it.
just did it.
He won't be.
You know what? I'm gonna send this to him.
He won't watch it.
He'll watch it if I send it to him. He always does.
You want to bet?
I'll bet he'll watch it.
But anyway, yeah, I mean, what a cool tune that is. My favorite band. So only one bad song on that's Carousel Umbra, but everything else is fucking great tune.
Still
Thumbs
can't
up
believe
on-
that's the one. I love that song.
I don't know, dude. It never did anything. I love Hot Dog 100 times better.
I love that whole. I love that whole album.
I love the fucking Crunge better than fucking.
Oh no.
That's my one.
You have
and I
not
don't-
seen
I
the
don't-
bridge.
I don't
You
like.
fucking-
I don't like some of the blues stuff on Led Zeppelin 1, but
Oh man, that's their fucking
The
great stuff in my
crunge.
opinion.
The
man.
crunge. There's no bridge, man. There's no bridge.
Where's that confounded bridge?
But
But yeah, that's mine. All right, song 3, Andy. Mark
Andy.
Andy.
Oh, Andy.
Andy.
Oh, fuck. Well,
Gotcha
I'm Mark,
again.
so
this is the running joke of the episode.
Gotcha
Andy.
again.
I know it's getting bad though. I'm getting out of it here. Oh,
Track
God. Let's
9.
see, where he was 6. We were
Track
on
9.
7, so we're on 9. Separate Lives, Phil Collins and Marilyn Martin. That was on my mentions. That was my
Never actually
honorable
heard. I
mentions.
don't remember that one. Is that a
That was
big
from
one?
the White Knight.
It was off of one of the
soundtrack.
soundtracks. That
Yeah, White Knights. Yeah, I know
White
that- I know
Knights
that
with
song.
Gregory
You
Hines
know
and
Phil
Mikhail
Collins.
Baryshnikov. Great movie.
I know it now.
Phil Collins had to have a song on every soundtrack in the 80s.
Well, that was also on Marilyn Martin's first solo album. He let her have it on there.
Yeah, he gave Kenny Loggins a run for the money in the '80s for movie soundtrack songs. I think
Phil Collins was the 80s.
Phil wins
Sorry.
because he starred in his own movie and wrote the soundtrack for it.
Phil's best was Against All Odds. I fucking
Yes.
love that song.
I'm just
dude.
saying Phil was the 80s, Genesis and solo. He was all over the whole fucking decade.
You
Till
can
the
pack it all
90s.
in one. You pack Phil Collins. And
He
Genesis
was there
in one.
longer than Michael.
That's not when I say that,
I'm
I'm
just
not
saying.
I'm not insulting Genesis when I say you put them all together. I couldn't tell the difference because they're good music. It is,
But Phil was
So.
longer than Michael was. He just saying.
Okay.
No.
He wasn't longer than Michael in the 80s.
Mark, Michael
stopped.
Jackson released his first #1 hit in 1969.
I'm talking about the 80s.
Okay, Off the
Decade.
Wall was
That was
79.
70s.
That was 79, so it's still
My
had hits.
favorite. That's actually my favorite Michael Jackson
Me
album.
too.
He had Off the Wall was still a #1 album in 1980, 81, 82 was Thriller, which is the #1 album in 82, 83, and 84.
I'm just saying Phil was all over MTV just as much as Michael Jackson.
Okay, but you kept saying, "Oh, he had it longer than Michael."
No, I'm just saying he was
No.
on there just as much. They were kind of the face of the
Yeah.
80s, those two. Yeah.
Yeah,
And even Madonna to some
by the late 80s, yeah.
Yeah. All right,
Thanks.
Jerry, you're the conductor, brother.
All right. So Joe.
Yep.
Song 40.
One that I was surprised that anyone else mentioned. I didn't think anyone else was going to mention it, except for maybe Mark. Bryan Adams and Tina Turner, It's Only Love. Great track. Love that song.
Yeah, that was I would have put that on there if this didn't occur to me. I love that.
That was
song.
my honorable mention. I love that song now.
All right, so Al.
I'm gonna be that
Song
guy,
4.
man. I love "Stop Dragging My Heart Around," man. I've always loved that song.
I love it too.
One of my
It's a great
favorites,
song.
man. You know, I always had this after Tom Petty died, I always had this idea, and I always thought that Stevie Nicks should have done it. She could have went out on tour, and I would have thought it would have been cooler to have the Heartbreakers as her backup band. You know, I always thought that would have been kind of cool, like if she did that.
But Tom
kind of
Petty
like-
said there's no girls in the Heartbreakers.
It could have been fucking Stevie Nicks and the Heartbreakers.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Well, Mark
I know,
is dead, so
Stevie's had a lot of the same background bands for a long time. Like Waddy Wachtel's been her guitarist like
No,
forever.
but I'm saying Stevie told the story that she said, "Hey, I want to leave Fleetwood Mac and become a Heartbreaker," and Tom said, "There's no girls in the Heartbreakers."
and Mark, he's dead.
No, Stevie said that. Stevie
Yeah,
said
but
she
he's
wanted-
dead. It doesn't matter anymore.
I know, but I'm just saying.
I thought that would have been cool if she took them out as like a
Yeah.
backup band.
At least like for
She
like a
could have did
special,
her.
like do a special tour or something.
Yeah, you know.
Well, he did it
I
with
was
Bob Dylan. That's different. Bob Dylan's like awesome.
Well, Mike Campbell came into Fleetwood Mac then too, so
Yeah, I didn't like.
Yeah, that didn't work out. I'm
That
sorry,
didn't
that
work.
was not.
I saw
was
that
not-
tour. I saw
That
that
was
tour.
oil and water. Oil and vinegar- oil and water, yeah.
I love the guy from Crowded House, Neil Finn, but not in that band. No.
Yeah,
They should-
without Lindsay, it was just lacking,
Yeah,
man.
they always need two guys to replace Lindsay.
They should have at least got the two guys that replaced them in the 80s. At least they had a couple hits with those
Billy
two guys. You know
Burnett
what I mean?
and what's the
Yeah.
other dude? I don't remember.
I can't
Well,
remember
they
his
didn't.
name.
They didn't have hits with him.
That album tanked.
Yeah.
And well, no, they
As Long As I Follow was a pretty big hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think they recorded that with him still in the band. It was
No, I
on the
don't think
greatest.
so.
It was
Was
on
it?
the greatest hits.
Yeah, it's on the
album,
greatest hits.
which was
That was
which
Lindsay on that. That was Lindsay playing guitar on that track.
I don't know for sure, but it was right
Wow.
after
Oh,
Tango
that's
and the
news
Night
to
came
me.
out.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, it was like 87. So
Yeah, I don't know. So you may be right about that. I don't know. So
I'm actually gonna find out now. I'm interested.
Yeah.
Let me see, because that would have been the only thing that on the album that he didn't play on.
Well, no, they did Save Me. That was kind of a hit. I mean,
What was the album again? What was the Fleetwood Mac album?
Oh, fuck.
Mirage?
It was
Is it
no,
Mirage?
it was
No,
it was a
that-
short.
No.
It was a short name. I can't fucking
It
think
wasn't
of it right
Mirage.
now.
Mirage had
Mirage
Hold
was
Me on it. Lindsay
82.
was on that.
Yeah.
Lindsay
Oh,
was on
okay.
that.
Behind
The
the
last
Mask
album
was the
Lindsay was
one.
on was Tango
Behind
in
the
the Night.
Mask. Okay, yeah.
Behind the Mask.
Mask. Yeah.
Tango in the
So-
Night was the last album Lindsay was on.
Yeah,
and then they brought
you're
those
right.
two guys in to replace them.
You're right. Billy Burnett and Rick Vito played on As Long as
Yeah,
You Follow.
Billy Burnett. I only remembered that dude.
And the other one was No Questions Asked was the other new track off the Greatest Hits album.
Mm. Yeah, but like I said, As Long as I Follow, that was kind of it.
Yeah,
Save
oh,
Me
yeah,
was
I-
kind
you
of a
still-
hit.
You still hear As Long as You Follow on the radio every now and then,
Yeah.
especially after Christine died.
Fucking love Christine McVie. She was an underrated
Yeah.
member of that band, dude. She really was. Anyway, yeah. So Al, number 4?
He
Yeah,
just
that
did
was
his.
Stop.
Oh, that's your number 4.
Mark.
My bad. Okay. Mark,
Yeah, no problem.
number 4, dude.
Oh, mine? Let's see. Where's my list? I'm gonna pick Endless Love by Lionel Richie and Diana Ross. I think
If
that's
you don't
just
like what That's What Friends is for, come on, dude.
Endless Love fucking rules, dude.
Past the barf bag.
I love that song, man. I like Diana Ross. I love Lionel Richie.
It was funny in Happy Gilmore when they were playing that song.
Oh
but,
fuck. You know what? Fuck off. Go to your pick.
Zamboni
I'm done.
driver.
I'm
sitting there
done.
saying,
I'm done. I'm not gonna
"Like
take
this
shit because the
love."
song rules. I'm sorry.
Go dance on the ceiling, Mark.
Zamboni.
Remember that part? Happy Gilmore, he's in the background, like
Yeah.
getting into it.
I like Lionel Richie. Whatever.
There's only
I like Lionel Richie too, man.
I do too. No, that song's not bad, dude. I'm just fucking with you.
Wasn't that from that movie with Brooke Shields?
Yeah.
What was that movie? They're naked.
Blue
on the
Lagoon?
island.
Blue Lagoon.
And she was supposed to be like.
Wasn't it Blue Lagoon?
Yeah, Blue
Yeah.
Lagoon.
Okay.
And she was naked in that movie, and she was supposed to be a teenager.
Willie Ames.
Willie Ames.
What
It
happened
wasn't
to that
Willie
dude,
Ames,
man?
was it?
Yeah, it wasn't it?
No, it wasn't Willie
No.
Ames.
Are you sure?
No, it wasn't Willie Ames.
What, in what
I think
movie?
It was.
Blue
Endless
Lagoon.
Love.
Are
It
you
was some
sure? I
dude
thought
that
it
nobody
was.
knows
It
anymore.
was no, that wasn't Willie Ames, dude. That was
It wasn't Willie Ames.
Are you sure?
yeah.
Yes. Just because
Okay,
he had,
it looked like Willie Ames. Okay,
he
it was
had curly blonde
Christopher
hair,
Atkins.
dude.
Okay,
Christopher
okay,
Atkins,
okay,
yeah.
okay. I got you. I always thought that was a fucking Willie Ames thing.
Willie.
That's a Charles in Charge dude, right?
Yeah, Charles. He's funny.
Okay,
man.
He
yeah.
was
Not
also
even
in
the song.
Zapped.
Yeah.
Zapped is a
Zapped.
great movie when
Yeah.
you see Heather Thomas nude. I'm
God.
just saying.
Heather Thomas, man. Oh,
Oof.
oof.
Yeah, I liked her. Everybody liked Locklear. I preferred Tom.
Ball guy.
Oh,
man.
Thomas is way better than Locklear.
I wouldn't throw up either one of them out of bed, but you know,
I'd
I had a
be-
choice.
The
I'd be the meat.
misogynistic part of the
I'd be the
BS
meat in the
sessions.
Heather sandwich there.
Yeah, right.
Just since Eric's not here, I'll make sure this is the part where Eric's wife should turn the show off.
Right.
Turn the show off.
Turn it off. Just sit
All
there.
All right.
All right, Jerry, where are we at?
Big time cheating again, but I don't fucking care. One of the best guitar solos of all fucking time. It is the best guitar solo of all time. Comfortably Numb. I mean, absolute fucking gem of a tune. Again, like I said, it's not technically a duet, but there is two different singers on it. So
Well, it is. It's just a duet in the same band.
In the same band.
damn, man. I mean, till this fucking day, it's just an amazing song, dude. I mean,
Fucking Jerry fucking copping out over here, man.
oh come on, man. That song's even if
I'm
it's
joking.
not technically a
I'm
duet,
joking, man.
it's got that list would be on the best fucking reggae songs of all time because it's that fucking good. It should be on every list. But
So
Yeah,
now
I
I'm
mean-
expecting Jerry. I hope that for every list we do from here on out, just Comfortably Numb is somewhere on your list.
you know what?
I'm
I might do that, man. I might do that. Good
He's
thinking.
he's just gonna shoehorn comfortably.
Yeah. Right. I mean, it's that good. It's that
The
good.
greatest
it belongs on
thrash
that
metal,
list.
the greatest thrash metal
Yeah.
songs, man. Comfortably.
top
Def-
11
Eh?
top 11 TV shows of the 1990s. Comfortably
I
Numb.
put-
I put Oingo Boingo in every episode, so there you go. You got
Yeah.
Comfortably Numb.
Oh,
But
boy.
yeah, I mean, just the whole structure of that fucking song, the Roger's part and David's part vocally are just, man. I mean,
Iconic.
we all know what a great fucking tune it is. So I don't need to really say much about it. But anyway, that's my number 4. Andy, you still there?
Oh fuck, I'm Andy again, right? Let's see, where the fuck his list is
With
so
personality
fucking
disorder.
confusing.
Speaking of comfortably numb, real quick, I was hearing that David Gilmour wasn't gonna really be playing like the real popular Pink Floyd stuff in his tour. I think he was gonna play like pre-Dark Side and or anything post, like maybe the post Roger Waters. He's gonna leave out a lot of those, like,
So the good albums is what you're saying.
well, yeah, I
I
guess.
wouldn't mind seeing him pull out something like Fearless or something. That would be kind of cool. But
Fuck yeah, dude! I love that song, man.
Yeah, but yeah, I can't. Something tells me that's not true. I think he's got to do Comfortably Numb and Wish You Were Here. I mean,
I don't know, dude.
he's got enough good stuff that I wouldn't mind him doing. Just
all he
solo
needs to
stuff,
do is
but-
take the bass parts out and he'll be fine.
What bass parts?
What
Well,
else-
I'm
yeah,
just saying because Roger Waters took his guitar parts out of Dark Side of the Moon, so just take his bass parts out.
That's like the biggest abomination in music. One of the biggest abominations.
Yeah, I don't even count that
Ugh.
as anything.
I like making
Oh,
fun of it every chance I
God,
get.
that,
It's
yeah,
funny.
that was god awful, and I hate regging anything on Pink Floyd.
Give me a second, man. I'll be right back.
All right.
Alright.
So we're on Andy, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
All right. Hey, I'm Andy. Hi, guys. I love the Dodgers. All right. So all of this, Blink 182 and Robert Smith of The Cure. I like The Cure. Blink 182. I never heard this, and I kind of don't want to hear this abomination, Andy. Mixing a good group with a bad group. I know you love Blink 182, and it's your pick, and enjoy.
This is a
Andy,
very
I-
interesting
and-
list that Andy has.
It is.
Andy, I want you to comment on Mark's endless love pick, please. Please comment. On
Please.
it.
Please.
He'll probably like it.
That's true.
He picked that's what friends are for. If he doesn't like Endless Love, there's something wrong with him then, if he picked that song.
All right, Joe, finish your album, dude.
Since Andy's not here, someone has to do it. All right. So this is technically cheating, but not really. It was released on an album entitled Duets, although it was originally a live recording.
Please don't be Huey Lewis and Gwyneth Paltrow.
Ew,
No. Ew.
No.
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 Ew. No.
Wasn't that the name of the movie?
They
Duets?
did the
Yeah,
song
they did.
Grooving. They did the song Grooving.
Anyway, sorry,
Gross.
Joe.
Anyway,
Huey sounded great, by the way. But-
Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me by George Michael and Elton John.
Oh, it's
Nothing
a
wrong with
great
that.
one.
Nothing wrong
That
with
ain't
it.
cheating.
Great track. I love George Michael does the first verse and the first chorus, and then brings Elton John out and does the duet for the rest of the song, and it's one of my favorite Elton John songs to begin with, and then he and
Yeah.
George Michael sound great on it together. George Michael did a great version of Somebody to Love at the Freddie Mercury tribute concert as well.
Hey,
But
I'm a huge George Michael Wham nut swinger.
Here we
so
go
fucking-
again.
I
I always
fucking-
thought he-
they're fighting.
I always thought if they were together, George Michael would have been a good replacement, not follow up for Freddie.
Oh, he would have
Queen
been the
ever wanted to
best. He
continue?
would have been the best.
Mhm.
But of course, Adam Lambert actually doesn't do a bad
Adam
job
Lambert-
with it.
If you close your eyes and don't watch him do whatever he's doing up on stage,
George
Yeah, he's
Michael
definitely
would've-
flamboyant. He's a little more-
George
he's
Michael
more-
was just an entertainer. He wasn't
He's,
flamboyant, you know.
It's a lot more flamboyant. Well, Freddie was pretty flamboyant, but I think
not like
Adam,
this.
Adam
Not
Lambert-
like-
George
he
Michael
wasn't-
wasn't that flamboyant at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It could be a little, not much, a little
Not
bit.
Not much, but a little
Not
bit.
much.
Not like fucking Adam Lambert. He takes
no.
he takes it over the top, man.
He is. He's outrageous. Man.
I mean,
But,
Mark, George Michael shaking his ass all over that Faith video.
Yeah, but then he goes to the Freedom 96 where he's fucking not even into videos and he's going off on MTV, fucking having a protest song about how they just want him to shake his ass, like from that video. He
Yeah,
hated
but I'm
that
saying
shit.
he does it.
But he hated it. He didn't like it.
Okay, he still did it.
But he didn't do it after that.
It
put it that-
happened. It
Whatever
was an
happened to it-
event.
whatever
It's
It
like
was an
Billy
event that
Billy
happened.
Squire with Rock Me Tonight didn't want to do
Oh.
that video.
whatever
didn't
happened to
wanna
fucking
do it.
The other
Oh,
guy
there
in
you go.
Wham?
He was forced by the record company to do that.
We're not talking about this anymore, Mark.
What happened to
We're
the other
talking
guy?
about
What happened to the other guy from Wham? What happened to him?
Andrew Ridgely, he's,
Andrew
he's
Ridgely.
rich.
Yeah,
Oh, well. He's just rich. Okay, I guess.
li-
that's
li-
good status,
living
I
it-
guess.
living a happy life, pursuing
I thought
religious
he-
freedom.
I thought he did something like where he went to car racing or something like that.
Uh,
He really went out in left field or something. I think.
Yeah.
All right, so
Anyway,
Al,
Al.
finish your album.
The last one, right?
Yep.
It's actually a duet by two bands together. And I love this song ever since I discovered it like years ago when I found out that Rush and Max Webster did a song together called Battle Scar. And the two bands in the studio together and they duetted, and it's Kid Mitchell and Geddy Lee singing On and Off, man. And it's such a deep cut, man. I mean, I don't know a lot of people even know this song, but I mean, I've always loved it, and it rocks fucking galore. And fucking, I don't know, I wanted to include it on here, so I just did it. That's gonna end off my my album. Battle Scar by Rush and Max Webster together.
I'm
You can
disappointed, Al. I
can
thought you were
find
going.
what?
Oh, I thought you were going to pick Take Off to the Great White North, but you know.
Oh, that's a great one.
That's a good one too, man. Shit, I didn't even think of that one. Yeah. Yeah, well this song could be found on a Max Webster album, actually. So Universal Juveniles, which was their last album before they broke up. And they were on Rush's label Anthem Records. And they got a lot together in the 70s. They were great friends. And got together in the studio one day and let's do a song together. And both bands. To hear two drummers on there, Neil and fucking Gary McCracken, dude, fucking awesome. Because Gary's a great drummer too, in his own right. So that's my pick.
All right, Mark.
Joe's all fucking frozen.
Did anybody pick
Yeah.
Almost Paradise? I don't know. But I like this song from the Footloose soundtrack, Almost Paradise with Mike Reno and Ann Wilson. It's a great fucking track. Again, I used to think it was like Almost Paradise. When I hear it, I thought it was Almost Paradise. So that's my joke on that song. It's like Almost Paradise. Instead of Paradise, I heard Paradise. But that's my ending of that album, of my album.
That was actually a very good duet. Mike Reno and Ann Wilson. You can't picture those two singing together, but they sounded great together. They really did. So
They did.
that's not a bad pick. My number one again is cheating, but I don't care, man. It is what it is. My fucking show. I'm just kidding. Out on the street for a living. Pictures only begun.
The duet.
Woo! Yeah. Black Diamond by Kiss, man. Fucking great tune, dude. I do like the double platinum version better than the
Definitely
studio or the debut album. But man, I fucking love Peter Criss's voice, man. I don't know why you don't like his voice for it, Mark.
Because it sucks.
What?
you're wrong.
Man.
You're simply wrong.
Actually, I'm amazed how great Paul and
I
Peter's
like
voice
Baby
actually
Driver.
sound good.
I like Baby Driver. I think
Of all the ones, like I never understood it. It's a good song, but of all the
Baby Driver.
I hate
Of all
Beth
the-
so much. Everything else, and I hear Beth tone. Fuck Beth
So you
tone.
don't like Black Diamond?
You do
I
not
like
hear
Black
the Beth
Diamond. Black
tone on
Diamond
Black
and Baby Driver are really good.
Oh man, I just absolutely love that song, dude. But anyway, that's how I'm finishing up. Andy, how you finishing up yours, dude?
Oh, I'm Andy again. Fuck. I'm getting confused here. I had it circled.
I like when Mark is Andy because Andy makes so much more sense.
Doesn't he? Well, his list is fucking all over the place. He didn't number them in order.
Mark,
he
be
went
Andy
with-
the rest of the show. Shut up.
Andy went Girl from North County, Bob Dylan, Johnny Cash, Nashville Skyline.
Okay.
That's his ending of his album.
Okay.
Wow, we got some interesting albums here, man. This is a pretty cool little.
You know what? You know what's
What's
funny,
that?
man? I thought Andy, like he had mentioned me earlier today. We texted each other, and he hinted at something that Zappa was going to be on it. I thought it was going to be Valley Girl. I thought it was going to be Frank and Moon with Valley Girl. I was almost going to put that on the list as a goof,
That was a good one.
But it's such a novelty song, but
It's still
funny.
good. You don't turn it off.
That's like Frank Zappa's biggest hit, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is
Charting
It is.
hit.
Disco Boy Dancing Fools, another one that he had a pretty decent hit with, and
Yeah.
all of his dance songs.
Yeah. Valley Girl.
Ugh.
Moon.
Well, I just had
Man,
one.
Moon. I got to say, man, Moon was a looker back in the day,
Yeah.
man. She was so cute, man. I loved her.
Yeah,
I think
she was.
she's putting out an autobiography. I think.
Yeah.
Well, I just had one honorable mention: Iggy Pop and Kate Pearson, Candy. Because the other ones I said, yeah, the Leather and Lace, the Bryan Adams, and the Phil Collins. So
My
I
my
got-
one
I got-
my one was it only just officially got released a couple years ago. Fans edited it together for years on YouTube, but they finally took the hint and put it out for Record Store Day a couple years ago. Ozzy and Lemmy doing Hellraiser.
that's a good
Oh
one.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, I've been hearing that on like Ozzy's Boneyard.
Yeah, they'll play it every now and then. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that song that Lemmy did with Wendy Williams?
They did a couple. They did Stand By Your Man.
Jailbait.
Jailbait.
did
That's what I'm
Jailbait.
thinking of. That's a good tune, man. I forgot about that one. That's a really good.
They did
Too
like a whole
badass.
they did
Oh,
like
yeah,
a whole
badass.
EP. They did like a whole EP together.
Yeah.
Oh, did they? I didn't know that.
Wendy Williams was a fucking badass, man.
She was
She was the real
definitely
deal.
one of the original badass. Exactly, female badass. Yep.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure they did a cover of Stand By Your Man.
They dated, I think, too.
They did. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Dude,
I
for
got-
some reason, chicks loved Lemmy, man. My wife absolutely fucking loved him. Thought
he
she
had
thought
this
he was
coolness
hot.
factor.
Yeah,
He had this
exactly.
coolness factor
Yeah,
to him, man.
yeah,
you know.
that's what it was. I mean, I did big ass moles on his face, but I guess that didn't matter, man. His coolness was yeah.
Girls probably sucked on his moles, man.
Oh God.
Did you just throw open your mouth a little bit?
Yep.
I did.
I did.
I need a bong
Ooh.
hit after that
Ooh.
one.
Here's a duet, man. I got in my honorable mention. Julio Iglesias and Willie Nelson, To All the Girls I've Loved Before. Now that's a great ballad. Come on. No, you know what? My parents had, and actually I have it over here, but my parents had that Julio Iglesias album on vinyl, and I still have it. You know, and I remember them playing that, man. I was like, and hearing Willie Nelson and Julio Iglesias duet, man. It was kind of strange, but it worked. You know, it was a hit, big hit, man.
Yeah.
You know, Anthrax and Public Enemy, Bring the Noise,
Yeah, that's a good one.
a collaboration.
Jerry's like, fuck that.
You know, Alice Cooper and Donovan, $Billion Babies. He's on
Yeah.
there. So
Yeah.
I was gonna say that too, but that's like really the only ones I got. So
I don't have any. So Joe, do you got any?
I had Hellraiser.
Oh, you did them?
I
Okay.
already said
the
Hellraiser. So then we get to the end of the show, Jerry. You want to promote everybody? Go around
Yeah,
the
I said,
corner.
Al, go ahead, man. Promote your stuff, brother.
yeah, Andy and I couldn't do the show last night because it was my daughter's birthday. We were gonna do the Weezer episode, Pinkerton, so we're postponing that again next Wednesday. I also skipped. I didn't get to do a Knowledge Nerds with Kayla this past Sunday, but I'm holding out until this coming Sunday. So really, that's going to be on my channel and Blacksmith Circle next Wednesday. That's really it. You know, that's what I got going on.
All right, Joe, I just want to say that was a cool post you put up about all the concerts that you've seen.
Mm-hmm.
That was a pretty cool post. I like that. But anyway, what else do you got going, man? Any more shows you got coming up?
Oh, got a few coming up. My my next show that I'm going to see is Hootie and the Blowfish and Collective Soul.
Oh, you're lucky.
Yeah, no,
Well, one
that's
of the
a-
bands, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going for Collective Soul. That's the only reason
Thank
I'm
you.
going to see.
I don't
this show.
come on, that Hootie first
They're
album,
touring
man.
together?
Come on.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
cool
okay.
as fuck. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, Collective Soul's opening up for Hootie and the Blowfish.
I'll
Yep.
go for Collect a Soul and leave.
Yeah.
I like a few of those Hootie and the Blowfish
Oh, I
songs.
enjoy.
But yeah, no, I hit the 200 mark this past weekend to go at M3 of 200 different concerts I've seen. So I've had, like I said in the post, I've had a chance to see a lot of great bands over the past couple years. Have a chance to see some more coming up here that I haven't seen before, so I'm excited. And yeah, I just love live music. I love music and movies and stuff in general. Right now, I made a post online that I'm currently deep in the throes of checking out a lot of silent movies from the 1920s. Yeah, I'm
Well,
weird.
So So what band have you seen the most?
Kicks.
Kicks? I was gonna say that. I was thinking,
Yeah.
probably Kicks, yeah.
And
Yeah.
I fucking never seen them once, man.
10 times. 10 times.
Wow.
In 5 years. I saw them 10 times in 5 years. there was a year there was 2 years that I saw them 3 times each year. But yeah, no, they're by far the band I've seen the most. Then I think I saw Warrant 5 times, all at M3. Night Ranger I saw a bunch. I think after that's like 4 times. I saw Night Ranger 4 times, Slaughter 4 times, Striper 4 times. A lot of bands are at 4. But yeah, it's most of it's because of M3, just getting to see so many bands kind of stacked up with each other.
I almost went to M3 like a couple of years ago, and I fucking regret not going now. I really wish I would have went to one of them, man.
It's a great experience, just the vibe of the place. It's a great atmosphere to be in.
And so many, they get so many great bands that we love from that era. So,
oh yeah, and they always throw in like some band that you're not expecting, because like this year they had Y&T there. I saw Blue Oyster Cult at M3.
Yeah.
I saw Accept at M3. So every year there's like a band that's just like, why are they here? But then they're always like one of the best bands of the weekend.
Yeah.
But this is a band that this is probably the band that I've seen the most that has nothing to do with M3. I've seen Breaking Benjamin 4 times. I love Breaking Benjamin. I think they're a great band. They're a band. They've played with everybody. I've seen them play with Alice in Chains. I've seen them play with. I've seen them headline their own show. I saw them play with. They opened for Disturbed this past fall when I saw Disturbed. So it's like they're a band that I've seen play with almost everybody. But yeah, so I'm excited. There's some good shows. I saw they just announced KK's Priest and Acceptor touring together this fall. I'm hoping to go to see that.
That's a good double bill, man.
I'm hoping to go see that. See KK's Priest for the first time. See Accept again. I saw them at M3. They were great when I saw them at M3. But yeah, no. Live music is great. Support artists. That's where they make their money.
You know what sucks, and I know you can still get them, but I think it's going to be phased out shortly. Is the ticket stub?
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I got one from M3 because, like I said, I went with my mom and my sister, and we had pavilion seats, and all of them were on my phone. So anytime we wanted to go out and do anything, they were all on my phone. So we went to the window behind the. When we went in, you just go around the corner to the window, and they'll print your tickets out for you.
Yeah.
So I got some ticket stubs from M3. What I do like now, Ticketmaster and Live Nation are doing commemorative digital tickets for a lot of shows now. So like they'll be doing special artwork. I know that the Hootie and the Blowfish one has a special one. I think the Chicago one does too that I'm going to see. Where when you buy the tickets, you'll get an email that says you've unlocked a special commemorative ticket or something like that, and you can download it, and it's like a commemorative artwork, and it has your seat and everything on it.
Free?
Yeah, it's part of your ticket. Yep.
Okay. Well, that's
yeah.
Cool.
Next Friday, I'm going to Saigon Kick.
Oh, nice.
I love Saigon Kick.
Yeah, but it's without Matt Kramer.
Yeah, I know.
Dealer, right?
And honestly, I kind of feel bad. Like I'm kind of keeping it hush hush. I'm not really because I'm friends with Matt Kramer on I talked to you. And I don't want to really put it out there that I'm kind of going to see the Enemy right now, But I got a couple free tickets, so I'm going to check them out. It's with Jason Bueller singing, so I'm still gonna go. It's free, so fuck it, But I'm not really gonna put it out there because I don't want to upset Matt. He's a cool dude, and he probably wouldn't give a shit anyway. But I know because I do interact with him a lot on Facebook.
Yeah. Where does he have his shows at? He does that near you, doesn't he?
No, he does them down near Miami, like by where he lives. Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of far. It's kind of far for me to travel, man. Because he hasn't he says he's going to do more shows, so I'd like to really see him, do one of his solo shows, which would be cool. The Saigon Kick show is right here in Clearwater, so it's not far from me. So, and it seems like it's the only they did a show in Chicago, I think, and show here, and then I don't know where the hell else they're. Doesn't really look like they're really, really touring. They're just doing this to commemorate, I guess, the 30th anniversary of the Water album, the third album. So when Matt Kramer wasn't in them anymore.
I was gonna say that album was.
Yeah, once Matt Kramer left, I kind of stepped off on them. You know,
Oh, the Lizard is fantastic.
dude, the
That
first
album-
two Siren Kick albums
Yeah.
are untouchable.
Yeah,
I mean, I
really
love
fucking
them.
good.
So, anyway, that's what I'm going to see next Friday. So that's my next show.
Cool.
I just saw Mr. Big last Saturday and they were great.
They're going to be playing down here in Florida. It was a postponed show. When I guess
they
Eric
all
Martin,
changed instruments. Paul Gilbert went to drums, the drummer went to guitar, Eric Martin played bass, and Billy Sheenan sang lead. It was fucking great.
But did they actually play them well?
Yes, they did.
Really?
Eric Martin could play that bass. And
That's
the
cool.
guitar, the drummer was shredding. He's short as fuck. That drummer though, man.
who do they have as a drummer right now?
I forgot his Lee. I forgot his name. But I just remember Pat Torpy. I can't. He's not in my bank of Mr. Big members.
Yeah.
I know Matt Starr was with them on the last album a little bit, so he hasn't recorded. They have a new album coming out, and people are going off on him. I said, well, Eric Martin said he didn't like Defying Gravity that much because he didn't like the way it was mixed, and he wanted to go out with a better sounding album. So this will be their last album. So
They'll tour.
yeah.
Before we go, if anyone's seen my post on Facebook recently, I have a little PSA for everyone. I just recently re-listened to Alice Cooper Raise Your Fist and Yell for the first time in a while.
Great album.
If anyone has not listened to this album in a while, and just as I have, kind of mentally lumps it in with Constrictor and Trash as kind of mixed to bad albums, this album freaking rules. Listen to this album again, give it another chance. This album is amazing.
I did a cassette post on that album like a couple weeks ago. Yeah, great album, man. I hadn't listened to it in a long time, and I was pleasantly surprised at how good it was, man. You know,
the production. I mean, it was basically the same band, and it was
Kane Roberts, man.
Yeah, it was 2 years removed from Constrictor with basically the same lineup of musicians.
Kip Winger,
production,
too, right?
Yeah, Kip Winger and
Paul Taylor.
Yeah, I was trying to think of the name.
So yeah, I mean, really, Winger was kind of born out of that.
Yeah,
out of that band.
Winger was born out of Epic Records forcing that lineup of Alice Cooper to dissolve.
Yeah.
But the production is night and day from Constrictor to this. It sounds so much better. The production of Constrictor is just awful. The album sounds like garbage, and the production on Raise Your Fist and Yell is so beefy and it just sounds amazing right from the beginning of Freedom.
Yeah.
And the background vocals, and I mean, just listen to Roses on White Lace and it's just like blows you away. But yeah, so that's my little PSA for everyone. If you have not listened to that album in a while, and just like me, you kind of mentally lump it in with the other garbage he was releasing in the late 80s, listen to that album again, because it is easily probably in my top 3 of his solo albums.
All right, so then we get to Freeform Rock Podcast. Right now we had Soup by Blind Melon out. Check it out. Pretty funny episode. And then Friday we have David Gilmour on an Island coming out. Jerry's pick. So I think that was just me, you, and Tim Raznick. Mooger.
I'm not even gonna attempt to say his name.
Tim Raznick, yes. So check out that episode, David Gilmour on an Island on Friday. And next week on BS, we aren't going to have Jerry on. He will be sipping some White Claws down on the white sands of somewhere.
I'll be going out with your mother, man. That's what I'll be doing.
Some White Claws or some pina coladas, whatever he wants to do. He could do whatever the fuck he wants. I just give him shit because he's my brother. But so check out next week's BS, which will be me, Eddie Canastracci, Travis Parada, and Eric Arnsby Jordan. We'll be doing our top 11 coming of age movies. So check that out.
I'll send you my list.
Yeah, you send me your list. And anything else, Jerry? Any final thoughts, man?
I'm good, man. Thanks again for being on. This was a fun episode. Sorry you couldn't make it, Andy, man, but it was a very good topic to
wait. Are you calling Andy again? Oh wait,
no, this is the real Andy.
Okay. I got confused. I was Andy this whole episode.
Mark's gonna have split personality disorder after this episode.
Yeah. I thought it was Andy for a second. Sorry,
guys. glad you had me on again, man. It's always a pleasure. So,
Yeah, thank you
thanks
guys
again.
for being on, dude. Seriously, man.
All right. Good night, guys, man. You guys all rock, man. Like, share, and subscribe, and we're gone. Later.
And rock